Yeah, I've got an hour.
Yeah. Okay.
You're lucky. Hey guys, how's it going? We're live here. Ready to go again for another match day.
Talks about he prides himself on drive and passion, and he'll instill that in those players, won't he, Ash?
You'd expect so, you know, with him, what he did
It's
as a
not on
player, what he's done at Rangers.
It's only on the phone.
He just seems so very professional from the outside. I don't know as well as you do, but he's just a winner.
BBC
And I
One.
think, you know,
You right, James? How are you, mate?
set of players there. It's how quickly can he instill his
Yeah, but it's only on via the
drive and
app.
will to win. How
We
quickly
put it
can he
on
instill
later
that
on the
into his
TV.
players. And it's a tough job. The game today, you know, against Brighton is a tricky one.
Yes.
Brighton are very tactically clever, so at Villa Park it's not going to be straightforward for him.
It's interesting today, so we wondered if he'd go with two strikers, because we played a 4-3-3 system for Rangers. It looks like
Back in a second.
so he hasn't played the back three, which they've usually done.
So we're about
Buendia's in the side.
15 minutes from
McGinn's
kick-off.
in there as sort of the regular man, so there's a bit of balance
So,
in this team, but I'm interested to see how he gets
yeah.
the best from both those strikers.
Well, let's take a look at some stats.
Bit nervous, if
because
I'm
they've
honest
lost
with
their
you.
last 5 games, of course, conceded 13 goals in the process.
With any team and any new
Right, sorry about that.
majority of the time they come in and try and fix
Yeah, I
it.
know. I'm bloody rolling my eyes about that too, mate. Can't believe that again. How the fuck does he keep getting... Yeah, I knew MacArthur was injured. I said that in my preview.
You know, with their manager Graham Potter, he's so smart and picks holes in
Ayew, how the fuck does Ayew keep getting in this team?
It's a tough ask for Steve Gerrard this game today. I think that you know, it'll really test his
Explains his
managerial
thinking. What thinking? That Ayew, you suck Ayew off or something, mate?
We'd love to hear from you throughout the afternoon. Use the hashtag BBC Football to get involved and join the conversation with us, and also on the live text and BBC Sport website and app. Right then, Newcastle United, the only team yet to win in the Premier League this season. Eddie Howe will miss today's game against Brentford, the first since replacing Steve Bruce after testing positive for COVID. Well, Alistair Mann is at St James's Park for match of the day. Alistair, good afternoon to you. And Eddie Howe says he'll be in direct contact with his coaches this afternoon using modern technology.
Yeah, if you're in the 21st century with the way things are at the moment, you can get a full live feed of the game into your hotel room and have a permanent line into the ear of one of your coaches, Jason Tindall, and that's what's going to be happening this afternoon. Regrettably, for the next 10 days, Eddie Howe's going to be holed up in his room, but I suppose if there was a good time to get a positive COVID test, and let's face it, when is there? But in these circumstances, it came after 10 good days of
Yeah, big
training
game
with
between
his new
Newcastle and
players, only
Brentford
6 of
there.
them were away on international
You think
duties.
1-0? I think more than that. I think we'll win 3-1.
Some of his philosophies, some of his thoughts, and of course, he will have done almost all
You've got Eze on the bench. You've got, I think, Elise's on the bench as well. You've got a really strong bench. So, if we are losing at some point, then we can turn to the bench.
And he's up against a team, of course, who have lost 4 in a row. The first time Thomas Frank has presided over 4 straight defeats since he took over. Have the wheels come off? Well, we'll see. Newcastle, interestingly, 3 of the next 4 games are here at St James's Park. Today, Brentford, Norwich and Burnley are up in the next few weeks, so if they can...
Yeah, Elise, Eze, Edouard, all on the bench can easily make an impact. So I don't get how Ayew gets in this team. Really don't. And Milivojevic in midfield as well. You'd have thought you'd have gone with Will Hughes. What's Will Hughes got to do to get a place in this team?
First time today, less than 2 weeks after he was sacked by Aston Villa.
You've only had a couple of sessions, but you've suggested you're very heartened by what you've seen. Now, what in particular has impressed you?
Attitude. It's always a big thing for me. You know, you know about the players, but until you actually go in and work with them, you're not sure what that's going to be like. The character and the attitude has been first
I
class.
know. Yeah, good win for us there.
Starting point straight some talented players. We just need
Got
to
some
get
top
results.
quality players in the under 23s for sure.
Both take jobs at clubs in trouble at the bottom of the table. Both sides have taken just 5 points from 11 games, and if recent history is anything to go by, it'll be a very big test to keep them in the Premier League. Martin, what do you make of that when you look at that? It's tricky, isn't it?
It's going to be tough for them, as that shows you. Only one team really got out of trouble with that amount of points that stage of the season. So interesting today to see that Gilmore's coming back into the team and Cantwell, 2 players that were kicking their heels under the previous manager. I think that's a good idea to turn
5 points after 11 games.
To generate an improvement. Southampton won't be an easy game, as you know. They'll be seeing this game as one of the teams one of the points that they need to pick up if they're going to stay up themselves. So no, we're very interested. Dean Smith, I do feel immensely
Thanks for the like, appreciate it.
He must look in the mirror and see himself in that, yellow shirt and think, goodness, where did that come from? Just within a period of 10 days, come out of the Villa shirt into one of those. The upset of being sacked and now into a new job, and I think he'll use this as a way to. I think he was poorly treated really at Villa. I think Villa almost couldn't get rid of him quick enough. Maybe they just felt that he was just an ordinary bloke, and they wanted more charisma and they wanted a different style of manager. That's what they've done. But he will do a very good job for Norwich. I think he's a perfect fit for them, and he might be able to turn it around. It'd be good to see if White
Welcome
can
to
do
the
it
stream if you're just joining.
if he gets above Villa
Burnley against
and
Palace.
season, but he'll be giving it everything he's got.
Watching from final score on BBC Sport.
To finally get that win, because ultimately this is what it's all about, is getting that win and then building. A couple of games, especially against the likes of Brentford, Norwich and Burnley at home in the next few weeks.
Yeah, I think you
Yeah,
can
it is. It is. Whoever wins that, Newcastle have got to win that for me, surely.
Who could have made it up? Eddie Howe's not there. He's tested positive for COVID, and everyone came for
Brentford have lost the last. Yeah, Brentford have been in bad form. I mean, maybe the wheels are starting to come off a little bit. But everybody thought we'd be down there. Everybody thought, and I'm delighted to put a smile on their face and say, well, fuck you, you're wrong.
Good start. Eddie Howe, I'm sure, as you said, will be in touch with Graham Jones and Jason Tindall, and the players will just want to get going. The players just want to get points on the board and show the new manager, because January's round the corner. They need to show Eddie Howe that they're worthy of a place in the squad.
Yeah, absolutely. Ash is absolutely right. It's a foundation. That's what Eddie Howe's looking for.
Yeah, but there's 10 games between now and January when they can spend their money, and we know they've got plenty of them. And I'm just looking at these are vital games that they can win. They can win. If they're able to beat Brighton, they've got Arsenal coming up, then it's Norwich, Burnley. Well, if we're in that dressing room, we've got to be looking at those fixtures and saying, well, guys, if we're ever going to do it, it's going to be now. They've got to turn up and do it. It's unfortunate Eddie Howe's not available. But these are games that are attractive, because after that it becomes Leicester, Liverpool, Man City, Manchester United. It doesn't get any more difficult. So let's turn it around as quick as we can if you're a Newcastle player.
Yeah, you got to.
Well, do you think they're going to win that?
I'm joking. I'm joking. There have also been managerial changes in the Football League, but no change at the final score EFL screen. He's back, Mr. Mark Clement.
Hello everybody, and actually it's a dawn of a new era elsewhere in the North East today as well, because Chris Wilder takes charge of Middlesbrough for the first time, replacing Neil Warnock. I'm just looking through the record.
Colin Wanker.
13 for Middlesbrough in the Premier League. That is his objective.
Next weekend.
Don't build your hopes up though. Borough fans hasn't won a maiden game with a new club since he took over Halifax Town in 2002. Also appointed this week and watching his team, Barnsley at Fulham, Poya Asbaghi. He is the Sweden under-21 coach. He's been appointed as new manager of struggling Barnsley.
That is actually a fucking name and a half, isn't it?
He's up against Fulham, who've won their last 6. Alexander Mitrovic has scored 20. That is 8 more than Barnsley have managed as a team. And also Cardiff have confirmed this week that Steve Morrison, having got a first win in 11 matches, will take charge of Cardiff City for the rest of the season. Here's the top of the Championship table. This is after Sheffield United and Coventry City drew 0-0 in the early kickoff. Not a lot to tell you about that one. I just thought I'd leave that gap where I might have done if there'd been anything particularly noteworthy in there. It is also actually as well after Queen's Park Rangers beat Luton last night.
You alright, mate? How are you?
Joint best points tally in the Championship in 2021 at home for QPR. Luton have lost 3 of their last 4.
Also, Clem, big news off the field this week.
Yeah, I'm really sorry.
That's alright, mate. I understand.
Fans,
There was no video yesterday, so...
18 points this season, you might note, at the bottom of the championship table. That is now
Oh,
Derby
mate,
County's
cool.
-3. Already deducted 12 points for going into administration, and another 9 this week for breaking the Leeds profit and sustainability rules. So in other words, they control overspending to try and avoid exactly the situation that Derby County have got themselves in. An owner who's put them into administration, who's blown 200 million of his own money, and figures out this morning suggest that the club owes HMRC, that's you and me for our roads, our hospitals, £30 million, and they've even stiffed St John's Ambulance for £8,000.
What?
Also with a points deduction this week are Reading. You can see them on 16 there, but they have been debited 6 points for breaking exactly the same rules. Just very quickly, here's the situation in League 2 with the fixtures today.
Australia wanted... Yeah, no.
Brilliant, longest unbeaten run in the whole of English football. We're not sure if it's 18 or 19 games because they beat Bradford City in the cup. I have to replay the game due to using one substitute too many, more of which later. And I'll just show you the fixtures in League 1 because we're talking about unbeaten runs. Jason, Plymouth are Guile, beaten on the first day of the season, unbeaten in 16 in the league since, and up against the resurgent Charlton Athletic.
Good stuff, Clem. Look forward to the afternoon. Thank you very much. Lots of stories in the EFL too. Well, 4 defeats in 6 Premier League games has fueled intense speculation around Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's position as Manchester United manager. They'd lost 4 in 40 league games before this run. And I know I joked there by saying, well, Newcastle United got Manchester United to play, but this is must-win for Solskjaer today.
If you're a Manchester United manager, I think every game's a must-win. But you know, I understand the question. There's a lot of pressure on him. We seem to be talking about him every day. You know, every weekend we're scrutinising everything that they do, and rightly so, because it's Manchester United. If you're not performing, people are going to talk about you. It's an interesting team that he's gone for today off the back of the international break. You know, hopefully it's Watford. They're not in great form. I think they beat Everton the other day well, but they haven't really, you know, done anything. So he needs a good. Not only does he need a win, he needs a good, strong performance as well, an attacking performance to show his intent. Because there's a lot of pressure on him, and you know, I almost feel for him a little bit at the minute because it's like he can't do no right. But that's what happens when you're Manchester United manager and you're sitting 6th in the league.
And you've talked about that pressure, Ash, and you know he's had a couple of days away back in Norway with his family, but there's no escape, is there, when you're in?
No, he elected to need to give the whole group a bit of time off. Well, it's best to just clear out the training ground. Sometimes it is fresh start. Interesting, Matic is coming into the team today. Rashford as well back in. So there's plenty of players at his disposal. He's just got to get the right blend and the right personnel on the pitch at the same time. People talking about Lindegaard now. Is he gonna stay there? Van der Beek not playing, Pogba not available. The best thing he can do is go and win a game of football and see how it turns around.
Absolutely. Okay, chaps, thank you. Don't forget you can join in the conversation with us at the BBC Sport website. All you have to do is use the hashtag BBC Football. We're on the iPlayer red button and the BBC Sport website and app until 5:25. But let's head back to Vicarage Road, and it is a big afternoon for Solskjaer.
Team's out.
It certainly is. I mean, you know the fact that he's gone back to Norway to see some of his family. He says that he and his squad are feeling refreshed, and he's positive. Solskjaer, and he said
You're at VS Gaming. How are you?
this week that we'll see a reaction from his Manchester United players today after the most forgettable derby against Man City. Watford are yet to pick up any points here under Claudio Ranieri. He says he loves the pressure. It's a good job, really, because Watford are only 2 points above the relegation zone.
Welcome back to the Premier League. Steven Gerrard, who takes charge of Aston Villa for the first time since the departure of Dean Smith. Gerrard says this isn't a stepping stone to the Liverpool manager's job and that he's honoured to be here at Villa Park. After 5 consecutive defeats, this isn't an easy start against the Brighton side that won here last season. Huge ovation for Gerrard as he took to the field. Brighton could go 5th with a win. This is the sight, the sound St James's generates to kick off the Eddie Howe era at Newcastle. Without Eddie Howe, but amid COVID consequences and a crackling cacophony of noise, only a first win matters now.
Crystal Palace, let's go. Because it's in Burnley.
Oh.
I think I'm going all the way to fucking Burnley.
Burnley?
There's a new band in town, the Smiths, Delia
I'm not sure, actually, if I'm honest with you. It's not live on UK TV. Of course we're the last one. Yep, of course we're the last one. What a surprise.
A point today lifts them above Manchester City into second, at least until tomorrow. There's no Angelo Ogbonna for the Hammers. He's out for the season, so Craig Dawson comes in. Wolves are seeking 3 home league wins in a row.
And away.
There's still no starting place for
Let's go.
Adama Traore. The only change is Podence in for Trincao.
Crystal Palace looking to extend their unbeaten run to 7 games. Burnley still in the bottom 3, but they're starting to turn it on, holding
Oh, is it?
Chelsea to a draw before the break. And a win today could get them out of the drop zone. Although they'll have to stop 21-year-old Conor Gallagher, who now has the confidence of having had an England senior shirt on his back. It should be a good one.
Yeah, it should. He's a good player, Conor Gallagher. Thank you very much. We'll go around the grounds in the EFL very shortly. After we have a quick chat about West Ham United, they made one of their best ever starts of the season. They're at Wolves this afternoon, and ask Jared Bowen especially. Terrific form.
Yeah, along with, you know, he's got a few friends there that are playing really well. But I think Jared Bowen has been, I played against him loads, especially in the Championship, and he was always good. He was always a strong player. He's come into the Premier League, he's done well. Now, this season, really, we're seeing his qualities and his work rate and what he's been doing for West Ham. And I think it's a great story at the minute because David Moyes is doing an unbelievable job. He's got basically every single player in that team all singing off the same hymn sheet. They're very difficult to beat. They attack well. They're dangerous. They can go second today in the Premier League. Incredible. Who would have thought that at the start of the season?
Absolutely. And a couple of weeks back, I went to the London Stadium for the EFL tie against Manchester City when they won on penalties. And I've got to say this, there's an incredible buzz at the London Stadium. The place was sold out.
Unbelievable. 50,000 people turning up. Honestly, it's like in a lifetime of watching West Ham play, there's a generation of people not seen. I think they've won a trophy since '65 in Europe. Maybe in the 80s they won the FA Cup.
Yeah.
But no, they are every week. Antonio up
Debate,
top,
what's this on a Man United game? Fair enough.
David Moyes,
It's not showing on there for me. Yeah, I know, me neither.
all those years
No,
ago,
Will Hughes is on the
when
bench,
they're going
unfortunately.
down, Moyes is still coming up.
I wish he was playing instead of fucking Milivojevic, that's for sure.
Best team we've seen him put out. I love the way that he's developing the team, improving all the time, and almost the sky's the limit. How far can they go?
Well,
Who would have thought they could have beaten Liverpool last time out?
Yeah. All right then, this is final score from the BBC. Fastest goal service on your television, tablet and smartphone. Let's go into the Championship. Bournemouth are at Derby County tomorrow, so Fulham can go top of the table tonight with a win over Barnsley, and they have a new manager,
not
Mike
on.
Williams.
Yes, Barnsley
Not on
fans have
BBC
been
One, it isn't.
furiously Googling the name of their new boss, trying to find out as much as they can about the little-known Puya Azbegi. Well, what can we tell you? Well, the 36-year-old Iranian was most recently the Sweden under-21 coach and won 6 of his 10
Started on the
games
front
in
foot, that's a
charge
good
there.
start.
He's got a real job on his hands with Barnsley, though. They're second bottom of the league. 4
No,
points from
Will
safety.
Hughes is buddy on the
They've lost
bench.
8 of their last
It looks like we
9.
started
Here's
well
Butcher
though,
on
to be
the
fair,
stands today.
so
They make 6 changes to the visitors, but the big news for them is the return of striker Carlton Morris, who's back after 3 months on the sidelines. As for Fulham, 3 changes for them. Tete Kene and Carvalho come in, but as ever, the home fans are all here to see Mitro. The Championship top scorer Alexander Mitrovic helped Serbia qualify for the World Cup this week with a last-minute winner against Portugal, and he'll be looking for his 21st goal of the season today.
Yeah, what an international break he had. West Bromwich Albion are on a poor run away from home. They need a win to keep up the pressure on the leaders. As for Huddersfield Town, they also need the win to get back into the top 6. Katie Smith.
Yeah, Huddersfield have only managed 1 win in the past 5 games before the international break, and a nervy start.
It's
here
on the
too, in front of
NBC.
their own goal mouth.
Okay.
Just after kick-off, Carlos Corberan's been
Yeah,
criticised for not rotating his squad enough. 3 changes today with 20
I'm trying to
on the
find a
calendar.
stream if I
Scots,
can.
I recalled. Here at the Johnston Stadium, though, they are unbeaten since mid-September. Oh, an early strike. Chance for West Brom just picked up by the keeper. But this month, September,
Agree with that.
I mentioned, significant for West Brom too. They haven't won back-to-back games since then. They've got a 6-point gap to second place Fulham. 5 changes for them today. Alex Bowen returned from
Norwich
his
0,
surgery.
Southampton
Taylor
1.
Garner, 19 years old, picked ahead of Darnell Furlong.
Not a good start for Dean Smith.
Start at Carrow Road. Goal, Mark Webber.
Not if your name is Dean Smith. It's Norwich 0, Southampton 1. 3 minutes in on the clock, and Che Adams hit the back of the net. Now watch this for a lovely bit of football skill. Adams gets the ball in the area, and he's got to have it like glued to his feet because he's surrounded, to be fair, by a couple of Norwich players. But they're not getting that tackle in to get that ball away. It's stuck to him. He turns two of them, including Grant Hanley, and then he shoots right into the right-hand corner. It's immense skill from Adams, but it's a blow for the locals. Norwich City 0, Southampton 1.
Yeah, Preston North End have scored against Cardiff City and a goal in the Bet 365, Nikesh Rugani.
And it has gone to Stoke. It's Mario Vrancic with a really lovely strike from the edge of the box, left-footed. The ball broke to him, nobody closed him down, and he just eased it into the bottom corner. An early lead here then for
Is he on the
Stoke,
bench?
who've got a really good record against
Yeah,
Peterborough.
hopefully he does. I agree with that.
In their last 12 attempts, although the last time they did play each other was March 2002.
Guys, if you're new to the stream, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Help me get some more subs, guys. We'd really appreciate it.
As well, they had a really good run of form before the international break. Peterborough, on the other hand, hovering above the relegation zone. No win in the last 3 games, and no win in the last 21 away from home as well. They're up against it here. It's Stoke who lead by a goal to 0.
And there's been a goal, as I said, at Deepdale. Adam Cottier.
Yeah, Preston 1, Cardiff 0. Sean Maguire with a goal, a close-range finish on the stretch with his left foot. He managed to squeeze it over the line. After the
I think I
ball
might
had
have
been
found a
played
stream.
across from the right-hand side. Cardiff playing here without their top scorer Kiefer Moore out injured today. Chanka Zimba is making his debut for Cardiff, but Preston have their foot to the floor here and have the lead 1-0.
Shrewsbury Town, by the way, yet to win away from home this season in League One. Daniel Uda has got their goal against Cheltenham Town. And let's go to Charlotte Harper. Goal there.
It is. It's Reading 0, Nottingham Forest 1. Philip Zinkernagel went past 1, then 2, and buried the ball into the bottom right-hand corner. Reading have a mountain to climb after being dealt a 6-point penalty this week, and it's just got even worse for them. Reading 0, Nottingham Forest 1.
Oh, we have a penalty at Vicarage Road. Chris
Oh.
Wise.
Oh, and this is going to send shivers down the spine of Manchester United fans. It's a Watford penalty.
Oh.
And Manchester United all at sea. They haven't really got going in this game at all. Neither team have. Bruno Fernandes from outside the penalty area has hooked a ball up into the air the wrong way, sending it back towards his own penalty area. That has sent Scott McTominay chasing backwards to try and stop Joshua King. He's ended up almost landing on Joshua King inside the penalty area. I mean, I don't think there's any debate that it's a penalty. They'll have a check of it, but it's quite clear that McTominay has got none of the ball. He's got plenty of the calves of Joshua King, and all of a sudden Watford, who haven't got a point so far here at Vicarage Road, have a penalty against Manchester United.
Yeah, we'll come back to you, Chris. I'm just going to tell you that Huddersfield Town in front against West Bromwich Albion. Penalty for you, Martin?
I think he's clubbed it. McTominay's got his eyes fixed on the ball, doesn't see King coming into view.
Oh, Norwich level.
It just shouldn't happen.
Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's hand back to Chris Wise.
They're buzzing. It's Ismaila Sarr's put the ball on the spot. Watford with a penalty inside the opening 10 minutes against a Manchester United side that have struggled so much in recent weeks. Starr rolls it towards the corner. De Gea saves it, but the rebound is crashed in.
Wow.
And Watford leads. It's Kiko from any of the right back who was the quickest to react. De Gea so unlucky. Excellent penalty save down to his left-hand side. Kiko Femenia on the follow-up from an angle, went high, beat De Gea, and it's Watford 1, Manchester United 0.
And let's quickly go back to Carrow Road. Another goal for Mark Webber.
That's how you respond. Norwich 1, Southampton 1. Max Aaron's on the right-hand side. A very tight cross in. I didn't think anybody could get to it. Mr. Reliable did. Timu Pukki, header, low into the
Yes!
Norwich
Get in!
Southampton 1.
Bristol Rovers.
Come on, Ben scored.
With the goal on 5 minutes, and Jordan Moore-Taylor has put Forest Green Rovers in front against
Big Ben.
United. However, we may have a dramatic twist here because you spotted this in fairness, Mr. Keogh. You said that you think there's encroachment here.
Thank you, Jason. That's my job to do that. I just felt he got there.
Yes! Get in!
Must have already been in the box, so it looks like maybe it's going to be retaken. Is it retaken at this point, or does it just not stand?
We're going to go back to Chris Wise in just a moment. Let's go to Turf Moor.
Yes! Get in! Come on!
Burnley 0, Crystal Palace 1. It was Christian.
Yes!
It went in off the post, rolled over the line, and it was brilliant play from Crystal Palace. They've been confident from the start. Nice play down
Yes.
the left. They've been in control. Burnley have barely seen.
Get in, Big Ben.
It's Burnley 0, Crystal Palace 1.
Yeah, it takes a little deflection. Let's head back to Chris Wise at Vicarage Road. Drama here, Chris.
Drama, still no decision, and I think Jonathan Moss is saying that the penalty
will be retaken, and I can only presume that is because Kiko
Let's go.
Cornelia, 'cause they
Let's
were
fucking
taking
go.
possible encroachment from him, wasn't the only player inside the penalty area. I'm guessing that must have been a Manchester United player inside the box as well. So the penalty is going to be retaken.
Wow. What?
Yes, it is. Now,
He really is. Yeah, absolutely. He's not going to let his place go that easily.
We haven't seen the replay that shows any United encroachment.
No, this is another game of...
Also as well, did the goalkeeper move early, Jason, as well?
What do we think? By the way, I can't keep up with this because it looks like Newcastle United have scored as well. We'll talk about that in just a moment. Back we go to Chris Wise.
Right, here we go then. Part 2. Sarr is taking it again. Remember, he missed that initial penalty.
I'm trying to find one and all, mate.
Enough to step up to try and beat De Gea this time. Firmini has scored on the follow-up. Everybody is now back outside the penalty area, apart from Ismail Assar and David De Gea. Here we go, part 2. Save again! Save again! Sarr went the same way. De Gea went the same way. The Manchester United goalkeeper saved it. And this time there were United players there to clear it up. And after all of that, it's still Watford 0, Manchester United 0.
What?
Wow, and a goal for Andy Sixsmith at St James's Park.
How about this for a start to the Eddie era, Jason? Newcastle 1, Brentford 0, and it's the captain, Jamal Lascelles. It was a corner from the right-hand side, beautifully swung in from Matt Ritchie left foot. And Lascelles left like a salmon in a parachute to hammer home a header into the bottom right-hand corner of the net, off the post, lift off for Newcastle. Thomas Frank has a face like a kicked-in cat flap, but 12 days Eddie Howe has been the job. It's only taken 10 minutes for Newcastle to find a first goal, and he's not even on the touchline. He'll be dancing round as Brentford equalise.
What?
Brentford have got up the other end of the pitch and equalised straight away. And
What?
you couldn't write the script. It is Ivan Toney. I am just watching a replay, Jason, it goes. The ball was played down the right edge of the penalty area.
Wow.
Toney hits it. He was hoping, really. And it's a horror show for the Newcastle goalkeeper, Carl Darlow. The ball crept underneath his body. Ivan Toney, no goals in 6 games. What do? You go to your former club, Newcastle United, and you score. We're back where we were. 1-1.
This is just unbelievable. Ash, can you believe this? What a start. I'm looking at one screen thinking, right, we'll discuss Manchester United and David De Gea making the save, and then all of a sudden, Brentford go and score.
Chaos. It's every time I'm on the show with you. It's chaos. I don't know what screen I'm watching. But no, this is exactly why it's the best league in the world. Goals everywhere. Obviously, Newcastle, Lascelles with a good header. Brentford go down the other end. Ivan Toney scores against his old team. And this is why we're watching.
Anderson with the assist.
With the penalty. By the way, that was an unbelievable save by De Gea. Unbelievable save, and he's had his critics as well, so pleasing for him.
Darlow, goalkeeper.
Yeah.
He's a nightmare.
Yeah, he gets a hand to it, doesn't he?
No, it goes through him.
Goes through him.
It's really poor. You want everyone to do everything right in those first few minutes when you score, and it's gone the other end. I think everyone's just got carried away. Euphoria of the goal.
Yeah.
You just need that period just to settle. You want your goalkeeper to do the basics, and he didn't do that.
Yeah. Wow, what a start. Let's go to Katie Smith because there was a goal in the game between Huddersfield Town and West Bromwich Albion. It seems like ages ago, Katie.
Yeah, it was. Huddersfield Town leading by a goal to nil against the early run of play. Scott High coming through the centre, crossed down the right to Sorba Thomas, a close offside call, but he crossed into Sinani, close range on the strap, tucked it away. Remember, Huddersfield unbeaten here since mid-September.
Get in. What a start.
Callum Jones has put Morecambe in front against Fleetwood Town. 1-0 there. Chris Long has put Crewe Alexandra in front, also in League One against Gillingham. Chris Wilder takes charge of Borough for the first time today. They're at home to Millwall. Gary Rowett's side looking to get closer to the playoff places. Naz Premji's watching.
Yes, afternoon, Jason. Excitement here at the Borough match, only by the excitement just before your turn on Children in Need last night. If Chris Wilder can do what he did at Sheffield United, the good times could be coming back to Teesside. Beware the party poopers, though. Millwall in great form and looking for a win that could catapult them into the top 6. They've started well, you know, Borough. Inside 18 seconds, Duncan Watmore stung the
Fuck right off with that.
Spielkowski, and Mark Voller's just had a shot from distance, palmed away. Middlesbrough 0, Millwall 0.
Bristol City manager Nigel Pearson is back in the dugout after illness related to COVID-19. They're at home to Blackburn Rovers, and Hamish Marshall is watching.
Nearly 2 weeks away has left
God, we're up to
Nigel
7th
Pearson
as things
convinced that
stand.
big changes are needed
What?
at City, especially
That's a
come
long way to
January.
go, but we're up to
The beat today
7th.
with their 25th of the year, equaling a club record from
And we're above Brighton.
1960.
Get in.
Blackburn, they've won 3 of their last 4. Victory could see them into the playoff places. Only Fulham's Alexander Mitrovic has scored more goals than Ben Brereton Diaz. The Blackburn striker has got 13 this season and looking to add to that.
Sheffield Wednesday can go back in the top 6 with a win today, and if other results go their way, Shane Dunkley has put them in front against Accrington Stanley in League One. Blackpool looking to win 3 away games on the bounce in the Championship.
Yay, Millwall losing.
That was, if you remember, under Ian Holloway, who took them to the promised land. Laura Kenyon is watching them today at Swansea City.
Yeah, 2 sides with a Premier League pedigree in their recent history, but would you believe, Jace, haven't met since March 2010. Blackpool dishing out a 5-1 thumping that day, and not going bad at all this season. Decent away form, as you say, but Swansea's home form is excellent. Just 1 defeat here and conceding the fewest home goals in the Championship so far. Unfamiliar foes, but both mid-table, 2 points to separation. Expecting a well-poised game today. No early drama, still goalless.
Thank you, Laura. We were just there. Goal at the Riverside. Nas Benji.
Welcome to Teesside. Chris Wilder, Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0. Matt Crooks with a simple header. Duncan Watmore with a fancy footwork. On the left-hand side, he swung the ball in. Couple of yards out. Crooks with a header. Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0.
Thank you, Naz. Hull City have won their last 6 home league matches against Birmingham City by an aggregate of 20-4. I must get out more, Ivan Gaskell.
Yes, those long winter evenings must just fly by at your house, but I'm happy to go with it. Birmingham have not won a league game here in 12 years. Hull have lost 5 of their last 6 games, though, and not scored in 11 of their last 16. So Birmingham have won 3 of the last 4. I could go on, but we're losing listeners at an alarming rate and the will to live.
Yeah.
The headline here, 3rd from bottom, Hull badly needing a win. Birmingham would love another to keep them moving in the right direction. A bright start too, especially from Hull, but goalless.
Ivan Gaskell and I sharing stats since 2012. Into League One, top of the table, Plymouth Argyle beat Sheffield Wednesday in their FA Cup replay in midweek. They travel to in-form Charlton Athletic. Ben Mundy.
Afternoon, Jason. Johnny Jackson, the man behind that Charlton form, still in caretaker charge, taking 10 points from a possible 12. They've started really brightly here this afternoon, buoyed by a bouncing Valley. 25,000 in here under the grey southeast London skies. But this, the toughest test yet for Jackson. High-flying Plymouth haven't lost since the opening day, scoring 32 goals, although not this afternoon. It's currently goalless.
Let's go into League Two. Port Vale, 2nd in the table, are at Oldham, who are really struggling under Keith Curle. Austin Hellwood's there.
Yeah, they really are, Jason. They're 23rd in the table and in danger of becoming the first founding member of the Premier League to be relegated from the entire Football League. But despite that, it's a busier than normal Boundary Park. Some supporters have been boycotting games since March 2019 here because they're fed up with the club's owner, Abdallah Lemsgam. But they've come back just for today to protest with a huge "Get Out of Our Club" banner in the stands. As for Port Vale, they've only lost 1 of their last 13, but joint top scorers Jamie Proctor and James Wilson are both out injured for them. Still 0-0.
Scunthorpe United have won just 1 of their last 14 games, but they've taken an early lead against Mansfield Town in League 2 on 15 minutes. Miles Hippolyte from the spot. Hearts can go 2nd in the Scottish Premiership if they win at Motherwell. Leanne Crichton's watching.
Indeed they can, and over 3,000 Hearts fans have made the trip to get behind their team, knowing just how significant it could be. Motherwell, they look to build in their last performance. It saw them defeat Aberdeen at Pittodrie. They've made 4 changes to that lineup. Most notable, there's no talisman Kevin Van Veen. He grabbed a double that day, but misses out through injury. No early chances, but this has got the potential to be a real cracker. As it stands, it's Motherwell 0, Hearts 0.
Oh, back we go to Hull City, Birmingham City in the Championship. Goal, Ivan Gaskell.
Oh.
Yes, you know, Hull have made a really bright start here. Not the sort of form that I'm seeing from a team that are so low in the table, 3rd from bottom. Credit to
oh no, fuck off.
Ryan Longman and George Honeyman combining brilliantly. Longman with a jinking roll, cut it back when you thought he couldn't, and Honeyman was alive to it to turn it past Matthias
Burnley have
Sarkic.
scored.
It's 1-0 to the home side here.
Good start for Hull City, and they really need that. Right, Chris Wise, back to the Premier League. Have you got your breath back?
Fuck's sake.
Atmosphere inside Vicarage Road is absolutely terrific. I can hardly hear myself think or speak, to be honest. Still Watford 0, Manchester United 0 after that crazy start where Watford missed the penalty.
Ben fucking me, prick.
Then it retaken, then Sarr missed it again with David De Gea's save. Watford, I have to say, have been excellent in the first 20 minutes. They've applied themselves so well to this game. They're unsettling
that started well, didn't it?
United, who just have not found their rhythm so far.
Fuck.
Goal at Turf Moor, Betty Glover.
Burnley have equalised. It's Burnley 1, Crystal Palace 1, and it was captain Ben Mee. He got high above the defenders and headed the ball into the back of the net. I can't say it was coming. Crystal Palace have definitely been the better team, but Burnley
what a
have
surprise.
just equalised. It's Burnley 1, Crystal Palace 1.
Southampton have gone close, and the ball is in the back of the net at St James's Park. Andy Sixsmith.
Where I was just about to lie down, Jason, after that crazy
You're right, mate.
minute or
Yeah,
so
big blow. We've been the better team so far.
Just been confirmed offside. Brentford had the ball in the back of the net. Then once again, it was Ivan Toney, but he just strayed past the last defender. Brian Mbeumo's shot came in off the post. Toney bundled it in, but he was offside. As you were, I'm going to go back to having a lie down. 1-1 stop.
We might join you because Mark Clement has just turned up in the studio. And Clem, we think we're going to have a little bit of a relax here, right? Quick sip of our cup of tea whilst you take over.
A sentence is going to start coming out of my mouth, and then all mayhem is going to let loose. Listen, lots of goals in the Championship already today. Notably, that Huddersfield goal against West Brom. West Brom lost the last three. There's a gap opening up.
I'm still confident. I'm still confident. I said I knew they'd score. I was right with that.
Barnsley, and there's a real gap opening, so big time for West Brom. Should just mention Forest 1-0 up at Reading as well. Reading who had those 6.
Sorry, mate, Finley, your prediction was wrong, mate.
This week. Since manager Steve Cooper took over when Forest were 23rd in the table, only Bournemouth and Fulham have taken more points in that time. Let's take you through League One. Lots of stories I want to share with you this afternoon. Sheffield Wednesday 1-0 up against Accrington Stanley, then in the first ever league meeting between those grand old names. Plymouth 0-0 with Charlton resurgent under Johnny Jackson, 4 wins out of 6 since he took charge, but Plymouth on this long 16-match unbeaten run. Shrewsbury 1-0 up at Cheltenham. That is Steve Cottrell's Shrewsbury, an absolute legend at Cheltenham Town. He was the man who brought them into the league back in 1999. Important lead for Crewe as well. Just one.
I'm not making anyone else a mod. Sorry.
Former teammate David Artell, the manager there. Morecambe 1-0 up in that almost derby match at Fleetwood this afternoon. 34 miles between them. Callum Jones with the goal.
Because I don't want to.
6-0 in that Burton against MK Dons tie. You can see them all down to this. Big ties as well, aren't there? Sunderland in particular. My eyes are drawn.
Oh, what has he just done?
3 haven't lost 4 in a row since September 2017. Resurgent Ipswich wins in their first 6, but 6 in their last 11. In case you have just joined us, Wigan, Oxford off as a result of COVID in the Oxford camp. 7 players testing positive this morning with the old lateral flows, Jason.
Thank you, Clem. Right, let's go to Boundary Park. There's been a goal. Austin Hellwood.
Yeah, things aren't getting much better for Oldham fans. Jason, Port Vale are ahead. They've been playing all the football so far, and with the first clear-cut chance, they've scored a really scruffy cross across the face of the goal. It should have been cleared a couple of times, and then it was David Worrell on hand to hammer it in for Port Vale. Port Vale 1, Oldham 0.
Sutton, 8th in the table in League 2, have scored at Leyton Orient. They lead by a goal to none. Sheffield Wednesday now 2-0 up against Accrington Stanley. Theo Corbinier on 20 minutes. To Turf Moor, Betty Glover.
It's still Burnley 1, Crystal Palace 1. It's getting a little bit tense here, Jason. I'll be honest with you. James Tarkowski has just got a yellow card. Him and Wilfried Zaha got in a little bit of a scrap. It was quite hard to see from where I'm sitting because all the fans just
seriously, Will.
Not quite sure what happened, but it is getting tense. It's Burnley 1, Crystal Palace 1.
Now, are Aston Villa better under Steven Gerrard? First impressions, John Akers?
I'm not going to lie, Jason, I was beginning to feel left out, but I'm glad you've come to me. It's hard to say. They started fast. He said they'll start aggressive, and they have had the best chance so far. Matty Cash with a header, saved by Steele in the Brighton goal.
We'll win this, guys. I know we will.
Into it since then. That was in the 12th minute, and they look okay. Wearing a long black coat, Gerrard, black jumper, white shirt, Villa tie. He's standing with his arms folded on the edge of the technical
I'll answer that in a second, hang on.
Yeah, he's looking good. Bristol Rovers 2-0 up against Tranmere Rovers in League 2. Leanne Crichton's got a goal at Fir Park.
Yeah, hasn't it come for the home side? It was wonderful play down the right-hand side.
I'm watching it in the UK, so I'm watching it on BBC Sport.
Well, Clint mentioned Shrewsbury Town a short time time ago. Elliot Bennett has just been sent off on 23 minutes. They are 1-0 up at Cheltenham Town in League One. Let's go to Chris Latcham at Molineux.
Lots of neat football, not so many chances so far, Jason. The best has gone to West Ham. Jarrod Bowen headed wide from Aaron Cresswell's cross. In fact, so far, the most animated this stadium has been was a lovely touch. A minute's applause for Ron Flowers, Wolves legend who died last week, aged 87. He was a member of the 1966 England World Cup winning squad.
Thank you, Chris. And back we go to Vicarage Road. Good game this, Chris Wise.
It is, and especially if you're a Watford fan, just in the way that they have placed themselves on this game in the first 25 minutes. They've had another chance into the last screen. Corner from the right-hand side. Bounced inside the Manchester United penalty area. Came to Joshua King.
Just watching as it is, you know.
One of the members of United's background, but several of the members of Manchester United's backroom staff are gesticulating wildly on the touchline, as is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, about the way their team are playing so far. They are not particularly happy, and they are fearing that Watford are very much getting on top of them.
Yeah, and just a quick line from that game I was telling you about. Shrewsbury Town down to 10 men because Elliot Bennett sent off on 23.
You see the screen there?
Connor Shields scored for Motherwell, by the way, against Hearts. Confirmation of that. And Connor Thomas put the ball in the back of the net in that game. Cheltenham Town against Shrewsbury Town. Back to Andy Sixsmith at St James's Park.
Well, obviously, Jace, Eddie Howe will be watching final score in his hotel room, won't he? So,
it's 1-1. Been the better team, though, to be fair. So
Newcastle 1, Brentford 1. Of course, that Lascelles header was immediately cancelled out by former
again, another set piece fucking costs us. Again, you need to sort it out. That's where we're letting ourselves down at the moment. Set pieces. I mean, that's what we always knew Burnley were going to score from a set piece. That's what they do. And they know that we are weak at set pieces. We've got to sort it out. Oh, I agree. I agree. At least start Edouard. Edouard had to start. But this is the thing. In the second half, we've got players that can come on and make a real impact. So if we're still struggling in the second half to break them down, you know, they can come on and make an impact. Especially Elise, you know. I'd love to see Elise and Eze come on together. That would be great. Oh, you are fucking kidding me. You are fucking kidding me. We're now losing to these arseholes. Oh, fuck off. God, what are we doing? Are you fucking serious?
Okay, that kickstarts them, and now they get going. Not at all. Watford have just been completely dominant.
Fuck off.
Watford are playing really well, so credit to them.
Tranmere Rovers are back in it. 2-1 now. Bristol Rovers, Callum McDonald with a goal and another goal at Turf Moor. Betty Glover.
Fuck off.
Burnley have taken the lead. It's Burnley 2, Crystal Palace 1. All the fans here are going mad in front of me. It was Chris Wood.
It's always Chris fucking Wood.
Into the back of the net. It looked quite easy. He just got to it in the area, and yeah, there we go. Burnley have taken the lead. It's Burnley 2, Crystal Palace 1.
Ollie Palmer.
Pathetic. Absolutely fucking pathetic. And this is what we're supposed to live with. I mean, how? What are we doing?
Beautiful ball whipped in from the far side by Kenny Tete, and then Mitrovic just nodded down past Bradley Collins in the Barnsley goal and wheeled off to celebrate in front of the adoring home fans. He scored in midweek for Serbia to qualify for the World Cup, and he's put Fulham ahead here against the second bottom side Barnsley.
Goal for Watford. It's been coming, Chris Wise.
Oh.
It really has. They deserve this for the way they've started this game. And Joshua King is
I can't be arsed either. I can't. They're just bottle jobs. What the fuck? Yeah, what the fuck is this? Chris Wood always fucking scores against us every fucking year. Every fucking year. Sort it out of the back, boys. Pathetic. I bet you it's Joel Ward at fault for them, and people think he's the next big thing at this club. He's so underrated. Fuck off.
It's going to be for Watford. We'll talk about David De Gea in just a moment after we go to the Riverside.
Oh, great. Scum will have equalised.
shenanigans in the box, and the Middlesbrough players weren't happy, but if Fobe's goal stands...
Watford 1, Man United 0.
I might be too harsh here, Ash, but my initial reaction is, David, again, what are you...
It is still lots of time, but that has just infuriated me. Like, how the fuck are we 2-1 down to them? I'm sorry. How? We've been the better team. And they get 2 lucky fucking chances, and guess what? They take fucking both of them. Piss off, mate.
Clearing header from Wan-Bissaka as well, far post.
Fucking cunts.
What is Wan-Bissaka doing? Just the basics we keep talking about defending, and then he rushes out.
Oh, I know, mate. That's why I'm not getting too exasperated yet, but it's just pathetic. It's pathetic. We cannot defend.
I mean, that's got to go out and play. You can't keep that line.
We cannot defend at all.
Players, I think, around him think, oh, he's going to head out for a corner, then we can defend the corner. But they stop defending, and look, the goalkeeper then, look, I mean, this really... He's gone with his right foot when actually he should set himself and clear.
What are we doing?
It's really poor goalkeeping there, but all round, Matt Schneider.
You turn it off?
No. It's just come off whilst I've looking at Twitter. It's tempting. I know. Another set piece. 2 set pieces. They've really taken the piss.
You touched on it. Thoroughly deserved. Lead.
There's two teams in this game, so let's not talk all about...
Yeah, I've got the second half, and I agree with you on that. It's just pathetic. This really is pathetic. We deserve so much better. Especially in defence.
Possible handball, Chris Latcham?
Possible handball, yeah. Hwang breaking down the left-hand side for Wolves. Looked to get the ball into Raul Jimenez in the middle. And the West Ham right-back, Ben Johnson, the ball hit his arm. I'm just trying to catch the replay. It's just whether or not his arm was in an unusual position. The fact is, Mike Dean has waved play on, so the VAR has had a good close look at that and said nothing doing. So still 0-0 here. As it stands at 0-0, that point would be enough to lift West Ham to second in the table until Manchester City play tomorrow.
Mansfield Town have won their last 4 games and they're in front thanks to Ollie Clark. Oh no, it's 1-1. I apologise. Mansfield 1, Scunthorpe United 1. Back to Villa Park, John Akers.
It's Aston Villa 0.
Oh, Newcastle 1, Brentford 2.
Really are starting to look good here. Steven Gerrard will be worried because his goalkeeper Martinez
No, I
just
know.
had to make a really good save.
Yeah, I know who you mean. No, I think all 3 of them could come on in the second half if it carries on like this. You want Eze left mid, Edward and Zaha striker, at least right mid. Yeah.
Well, St James's Park was a hive of noise before, but it's the bees at Brentford who are buzzing now. Newcastle 1, Brentford 2.
Wow.
This is a really well worked goal. The ball was switched
God,
from
Newcastle are fucking doomed. Unless they spend big in January, they're doomed. So you want Eze left mid, Edward and Zaha striker. That's fair enough, I could probably agree with that. Elise right mid, Gallagher and McCarthy's not playing, mate. McCarthy's not playing, he's injured. I think you're talking about Gallagher and Milivojevic a bit further forward. Kayati can stay back, and the defence can stay back, but we can bring Milivojevic a bit further forward, as long as he's not doing pinging fucking balls, which are pathetic. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, they won't bring Eze on straight away. They won't bring Eze on at all. Well, they will bring him on at some point, but they just won't bring him on straight away. So
you've got Murphy right wing back, and he's tucked in on Ivan Toney, who was free. So in his defence,
you finished with your charger yet?
Overcovered, but he's trying to do a job for the team. And what's happened is Rico Henry's took a gamble at the back, long ball, and he's in free. So it's a tough one. They shuffled too far Newcastle as a back 5, really.
I know he isn't playing, but if he does that, what I want, and yeah, I know. There's a different team I would have picked. Kayate is much better. He is much better. Milivojevic is rubbish. Is shit. Milivojevic is shit. I'm coming back in a second.
Best chance of the game for Wolves. Raul Jimenez played through with a delicious through ball in one-on-one. Fabianski closed the gap. He tried to dink it over the goalkeeper. His dink was pretty tame. and it just went wide. And a long shot from range from João Moutinho, tipped over by Lucas Fabianski. He's just shouted at his defence. 2 chances in 2 minutes. He's not happy at the back for West Ham.
Goal at Burnley Park in League 2. Oxford Hellwood.
Yeah, Oldham are back in it. Jason Davies-Keeler done with a free header in the box. His 6th goal of the season. It was really Oldham's first chance of the game, but they've taken it. Oldham 1, Port Vale 1.
Couple of chances for Manchester United, Chris Wise.
Yeah, bit of life at last from Manchester United. Not too much of it though, but it's a great save by Ben Foster to keep it at 1-0. Watford cross-field pass from United left to right, finding Marcus Rashford. Rashford took it early, took
I'm
it
just missing
very
these
quickly.
messages.
Potentially could have started
Then it
Ben
could just
Foster,
put
but a
Guaita.
big save down to his right-hand side. He got a crucial touch moments later.
Do you
as
think
well.
White is underrated? I'm not sure I agree with that.
Since then, Matic giving the ball away in a bad area to start another Watford attack. They are discombobulated at times, Manchester United, and deserve to be behind.
Hey, Mark Webber, I've just realised you're at Norwich City. You'll get some lovely carrot cake, won't you, at half-time?
Well, I want to know if Dean Smith's been introduced to the carrot cake. I think that would put a smile on his face. He won't be so happy at the moment, neither are the locals, because Southampton are coming forward in waves. They've had a couple of chances. Elyounoussi, at least 2 on his own. What stopped them to be
Yeah,
fair,
got to get Edward on at half-time.
Grant Hanley putting his body in the way, but they don't look like Norwich don't look like the side they're going to get the second goal.
What do you think White is good? I think he's got mistakes in him. He's got a lot of mistakes in him.
Accrington have got a goal back.
I'm just being honest.
Wednesday, Lewis Mansell with a goal on 33 minutes in League 1. Back to the John Smith Stadium. Katie Smith.
And it's Huddersfield
Oh, it's
Town
2-2.
lead by a
Yes!
goal to
Come
nil.
on!
It was a nervy start from them, but they
Who scored? Ben again! Come on! Yes! Get in!
now it's West Brom with all the forward momentum. A decent chance for Phillips.
2-2.
Chance, but he hit it over
Let's
the bar.
go.
It's Huddersfield Town who lead by a goal to nil.
Come on then, Adam Cottier. Cheer me up.
I can't.
Yes! Come on!
Here, the forward momentum is with Preston North End. They took a
Yes, Ben.
more. Alex Smith is denied. Ali McCann. North End are winning the ball high up the pitch. They're playing some really good football as well after a
Yes, Ben. Get in. Let's fucking go.
Joel Carew, the man just cannot stop scoring.
Yes,
It's
Ben.
his 11th goal of
That's
the
what I'm
championship
talking about.
season.
Let's go.
Swansea also had a penalty shout waved away, so they'll feel vindicated by this one. It's Swansea 1, Blackpool 0.
Thank you, Laura.
Yes.
Goal at Turf Moor. Betty Glover.
It's Burnley 2, Crystal Palace 2. Jason, this game is unbelievable. Palace have equalised. It was brilliant play from Gallagher, who ran it into
Yes,
the
it's
box,
Gallagher
beat the
again.
defenders, passed it on to Benteke, who just tapped it over the line. It's Burnley 2, Crystal Palace 2.
Oh, we've got a goal at Craven Cottage.
And who the fuck is assisting it again? Who? 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 Oh, I think it might have been a certain Conor Gallagher. Might have been. Do you guys want to see me do a bit of a dance to Conor Gallagher? Let me know. Put it in the comments.
Let's talk about that fantastic bit of play from Conor Gallagher. He's on fire.
Let's go. Might have been a certain Conor Gallagher that scored there, or what? Got the assist to Benteke. So. Conor Gallagher, da 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 da. Conor Gallagher, da 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 da. Conor Gallagher, da 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 da. Conor Gallagher, get a fucking there. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm fucking talking about.
Benteke putting it away beautifully, really composed. So no,
Just
this
gonna.
is a really physical
Da
game.
da 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 da. Conor Gallagher, da 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 da. Conor Gallagher, get the fucking there. Gallagher the GOAT, you fucking said it, mate. You fucking said it. What a game. Conor the fucking GOAT, yeah.
Just that Bristol City, they really needed that Callum O'Dowda goal. Just looking through their statistics, lost 5 of their last
Say hello to
6,
everyone, mates.
lost 24 league games in 2021. That is 5 more than
She needs help with me, doesn't she?
Yes,
I do. No, this is what I need.
Absolutely flying up, 9
Gunshot.
gap. West Brom in
That's a bit harsh. Can we see the screen after we got? No, because it's not live. I can't.
Martin had a little bit of a slow start trying to get in the groove like he wants
Let's
to
go.
play, but this, if it's
Is it 2-2?
1-0 up over Blackpool, will be a 5th consecutive home win, and in fact a 5th win in their last 8 matches. A think we're up to speed in League One. If not, that's the situation. I think Jason's taken you through most of those. So let's flesh out some of the stories in League Two for you, shall we?
go.
We should pay a decent amount of respect to Joey Barnes.
Yeah, it is 2-2. Wow. That's a game, Newcastle and Brentford.
Since he took charge, because they are absolutely.
He's only on loan, mate.
Pick this up. I'll
Thank you, Clem. What a goal, Andy Sixsmith.
Do you need any more goals in the Premier League, Jess? I've got another one for you at St James's Park, and it's gone to the home side. Newcastle 2, Brentford
What a game.
2.
What a game that is. What a game our game's going to be, I tell you. This could be a really high scorer, this game, I think.
His shot was deflected into the path of Joel Linton, who took one touch to compose himself and crashed home.
But he's only on... I don't care if he's only on loan. He's on loan to the rest of this season, that's for fucking sure. He's our best player. Come at me in the comments, but he is our best player. Yeah? I would love nothing more for Newcastle to be relegated. 100%. With their new owners. Can you imagine their new owners in the Championship? Jesus.
Puts it in the bottom corner, looks very composed on that finish.
Puts a little bit of a bend on it as well.
You can see they look more alive.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's the training, whether it's the change of momentum, the new manager, okay, he's not there, but the staff are there, and that was a great finish.
Yeah, it was. Right then, back to Mark Clement.
Yeah, and I was just talking about a former Newcastle midfielder in Joey Barton and saying only won 2 of his first 8 matches, but before today it was 4 of the next 8 and 2-1 up over Tranmere as things stand. In case you missed it during the week, then Exeter must repay their FA Cup win over Bradford City after accidentally bringing on 6 substitute. They are, though, on an 18-match unbeaten run. It's the longest in English football. So just taking the lead at Harrogate in their 100th EFL game. Forest Green Rovers 2-0 up at Hartlepool United with that Jamal Matt's second goal. Won 9 of their last 11 against teams called United, if you want to give the award for Shadow of the Day. Scunthorpe United, by the way, drawing at Mansfield now under the managership of Keith Hill. Of course, twice promoted with Rochdale.
Buzzing. Do you live in Croydon then? No, I live in Kent, but I'm pretty close to Croydon, so I can get there when I can. What? Yes, it's 3-2! It's 3-2! Come on! Yes! Get in there, Mark! Mark Way, he scores! Let's go! Let's go! Come on, Mark!
Scenes here at Turf Moor. Crystal Palace are absolutely loving life. It was Mark Gahey that got the goal. It was well, I mean, he got it into the back of the net. It was really hard to see from here. I don't know what you guys think of it in the studio.
Yes.
But yeah, great football. If this is what it was like in the 80s, I wish I was alive.
Well, it kind of falls to him, and he's a bit kind of not expecting it. And then when he sticks in the back of the net, he's thinking, it's got in.
It's there, they get bodies. What they do, we talk about percentages.
Yes.
You get it in the box, you get bodies.
Fucking yes.
First ball in, there's 2 or 3 headers, it bounces, and there he is, the big centre half. By the way, I think he's an outstanding young man. Gahey, the way he's played there, come from Chelsea, really good purchase. 3-2. He won't be happy with the goals he conceded, but everybody's chipping in. It's end-to-end stuff.
It's his first goal for Palace.
What a game! What a game! This is a game and a half.
Yeah, it's an interesting game because both teams have been attacking set pieces very well. Obviously Burnley, as you'd expect, and yeah, he's just in and around it, isn't he? He puts himself in a position where if anything spills out, he's going to get it. I think it's Anderson with the first header. Maybe should have done better. There's about 6 Burnley players on the line.
Phew.
Showing a lot of character here, though, because I think Patrick will be unhappy. We were trying to get a statistic on how many goals that they conceded this year, Palace. I think it's very, very high.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Patrick won't be happy with that, but they fought back brilliantly in this game.
They have indeed. All right, let's go to Villa Park. What's happening, John Akers?
Not a lot,
It's
Jason.
carnage.
I've got PME, Prem Match Envy. It's official. The other games sound amazing. This one isn't.
Wow, Watford 2, Man United 0. What? Wow. No way. Ollie's going to get sacked. Ollie has got to go. Ollie's got to get sacked, surely. He's got to go.
Big trouble incoming. Chris Wise.
Is this the end for Solskjaer? It might be, you know. Watford have got a second goal before half-time. Ismaila
penalties earlier in this match.
United in the mud, na 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 na. United in the mud, United in the mud. Let's go. We're 6th. Are we actually fucking 6th? Wow.
Yes, and surely we'll have plenty of time to talk about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But look, let's give credit, Ashton.
Finley, mate, let's see what happens first. This is Palace we're talking about here, mate. You know, I'm delighted we've fought back again, but let's come on, let's have a bit of realism here. Let's have a bit of realism, yeah. I mean, I don't know, kind of do a bit of Conor Gallagher, da 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 da. Conor Gallagher, da 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 da. Conor Gallagher. Oh,
They don't seem to be able to live with it.
oh, I'm buzzing.
Dennis, King, all rapid, nobody picking up. We've seen before, haven't we?
This is what we deserve, though.
Struggle in this area. Look at bodies that free. Do I go?
Next game, Villa lead. Yeah, it is. It is though.
And that's hard work on the training ground.
Villa will be difficult, and Leeds. You don't know what you're going to get with Leeds. They destroyed us last season.
We'll talk about that in just a moment. Just bring you up to date with what you're seeing on the video printer, because sending off for Dundee United, Callum Butcher off 3 minutes to go before half time. Gary Gardner sent off for Birmingham City. John Mellish sent off Carlisle United in League 2. In fact, let's go to Ivan Gaskell. News at that red card for Birmingham City.
Yes, Birmingham
What a
were
game.
already up
What
against
a
it here,
game.
just a minute or so before the break, trailing to that early goal from George Honeyman, and just right in front of the referee, stupid moment from Gary Gardner, putting his forehead into that of Josh McGuinness. Utter madness. His team really didn't need that. They're a goal down and now a man down too.
Thank you, Ivan. Norwich City have gone close against Southampton.
Why has he got a spanner? Because he's a mod. He kicks people out that are horrible. Yeah, at home we did, but away we lost pretty shitly, and that's how I got my YouTube channel. So yeah, at home we destroyed them. Yeah, I'll give you that. But away from home we were rubbish.
Because he turned Roman Seiss into a human climbing frame.
Let's go to St James's Park.
Oh, just blow the whistle for half time.
Watch Fabian Schär being absolutely poleaxed, Jason. He's rolling around on the ground. It was a 50-50 collision, in fairness. I'm trying to work out.
Do you guys know each other? No, not really. He's just a supporter of the channel.
Just starting to get himself back to his feet. It's a free kick to Newcastle anyway, and just allows us all to take a little bit of a breather after what has
I
been
think we're
an
into added
utterly
time now, so
crazy
I'll change that.
45 minutes or so on Tyneside. 2-2 it remains.
He didn't bother to tell me that the added time was going on, so
Like I asked you before, I wonder what
what's
Eddie
a
Howe's
half though?
making of it. Of course, not on the touchline after that positive COVID test yesterday in a hotel room. He'll love the attacking play from his side, but Keown called it before. He'll hate the defensive deficiencies as the ball's clipped in by Matt Ritchie. Joe Linton gets his head to it straight at the keeper. 2-2.
Yeah, no, he's a supporter of the channel, so
Absolutely unbelievable. And it's half time.
half time. Please let me hear half time. Thank you for the 5th like, really appreciate it. Yeah, of course.
Southampton opening the scoring after 3 minutes. Che Adams solid and skilled with the ball in the area.
Norwich 1, Southampton 1. They really need a win, Norwich. They have to win this game. Yes, half time. Okay, so it's half time. 3-2. What a game. What a game. This is going to be a cracking second half. I mean, absolutely buzzing. Yeah. That's some half of football. That's one way of putting it. Oh. Yeah, 3-2. He's not a stalker. Don't be silly. Right. So half time, Burnley 2, Palace 3. I mean, what a first half that was. I mean, we were 2-1 down at one point. 2 corners again. Set pieces are our downfall. We've really got to sort it out. I mean, if it carries on like this, you know. No, don't mute him, mate. He's only joking.
Jason, I want a pie at this rate. Burnley 2, Crystal Palace 3. What a first half it's been. Palace took the lead
Got
through
the wrong
Christian
thing up.
Benteke. Really confident start. Had the most possession. Burnley weren't really getting a look in until captain Ben Mee got the equaliser with a header. Sean Dyche went from looking incredibly frustrated to jumping up and down. He then basically started flying when Chris Wood made it 2-1. Benteke pulled it back to 2-2 with his second before Mark Gay was in the right place at the right time.
My mark. My fucking mark, yeah? My fucking mark. Jeez! Let's go.
Chris-wise, is it the end?
Well, it just might be, you know, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer very quickly has disappeared down the tunnel. Cristiano Ronaldo was the last Manchester United player, in fact the last of any of the players to go down the tunnel, and he had a look of complete shock on his face before he disappeared down to my left-hand side. Manchester United trailing Watford by 2 goals to 0 at half-time, and they cannot deal with Watford's intensity. It's been a supreme 45 minutes.
They're actually sick as it stands. That's incredible.
And Sarr with the goals, King prodding in from close range.
Let's go.
Dennis's good work. Sarr's
Right,
finish
I'm
was
going to put you
excellent
guys
just
on
before
mute.
half-time.
I'll be back in approximately 15 minutes' time. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the second half of Burnley versus Crystal Palace. Burnley 2, Palace 3. What a first half. Can the second half continue in the same form? We'll have to wait and see. Just tweak the stream out again. We're back. How are we all doing for the second half? We all ready to go? Because after that first half, anything could fucking happen. We're also back on the dark fruit. My dad's just texted me saying could finish 6-5 to Palace. That would be a... Please not. Please not. I think this is on BBC Two now. So can I put it on the TV?
No idea who will go to when goals are scored, however. In the lunchtime kick-off, it finished Leicester City 0, the Premier League leaders Chelsea 3.
Yes.
If you're going to have it today,
No, I'm gonna... Right, it's now on my TV, by the way, guys. So no more on my phone. So Lewis Hamilton to win tomorrow. I'm honest with you, mate, I couldn't give a fuck about Formula 1. I don't really care. Arsenal Palace win make my weekend. Well, which one do you support? I hope you picked the right one there, by the way, mate. I think we're back underway for the second half. Not been told.
Tell me something, Martin. If that was you in that dugout, right, and your team were falling apart, would you be sitting there like we've seen Ole Gunnar Solskjaer sat there slumped?
Right, let's go.
On that touchline raging?
Well, I'd be raging, but if you think of actually, we've got 3 new managers here today, you're looking at all the other teams.
We're 6th in the table as things stand.
High octane, every team's really up for it. I'm looking at the Manchester United team, I see the opposite. I'm looking at are they playing for the manager?
No.
They need to play for the bags now. There's a 2-0 down.
Palace is Arsenal is your first love. Well, that's the wrong answer.
So, look, they've got to be completely different in the second half, but all credit to Watford and Ranieri. They've not mentioned Ranieri, what the fuck he's now looking like doing. So, but the manager looks as if he looks perplexed on the sideline, completely lost for ideas. He needs his team now to lead him out of trouble, really.
Yeah, absolutely right. No Eddie Howe for Newcastle United today.
Right, Finley, welcome back.
But he's keeping in contact with his coaches, and he's been
Second half is actually underway now, so I'm a bit behind. So
Newcastle 2, Brentford 2 as the two teams retake the field. Jamal Lascelles' howitzer of a header cancelled out by Ivan Toney's equaliser.
22 would be silly. Yeah, don't think.
Then Rico Henry's header put the buzzing bees ahead, but the superb Joe Linton's unerring finish hauled the two level. Callum Wilson had one cleared off the line, but both sides have played their part in what's been a glorious game. Brentford on for what will be a first point in 5 games. Newcastle desperate for their first win of the season. Of course, with Eddie Howe isolating after a positive COVID test, the fans clearly love him.
You hard take Palace for me. Fair enough. I respect that. That's alright, mate. I respect that. Zaha fan till you die. Well, don't you fucking take Zaha off us then.
BBC iPlayer, if you want to find out what he's talking about. Highly recommend. Off we go to Villa Park, Jamaica's. It's Villa 0, Brighton 0. Steven Gerrard's first Premier League game in
charge of Aston Villa. Not the best first half from his team. I wonder what his team talk was like, because Villa have come out in the second half looking better. Brighton definitely edged the first half. They had 2 chances to Villa's 1. They had a good chance to Trossard, save from Martinez, and then Lamptey right at the end of the half with another effort, again on the angle. Again Martinez was there to smother. Villa in the first half, a header from Cash was saved.
We're also on the Strongbow Dark Fruits now. So just the one though.
Yes, I'm supervising.
I'm in a bit of trouble with her.
Yeah.
I mean, after my episode the other day, committed too many murders on. Yeah. Oh, fuck off. Do you mind? You back? I've got her supervising me. You're back? Good, welcome back. Zaha's always going to be an eagle. You fucking said that right, Finley. Absolutely.
I know, Burnley 2, Crystal Palace 3. I'm not sure it was Burnley, Crystal Palace, the game you would have predicted 5 first half goals in, but here we are. Brilliant, entertaining football. Palace looks slick. Burnley still very much in this. Benteke opened the scoring for Palace. Burnley captain Ben Mee then got them equal before a Chris Wood header gave them the lead. Not long though before Benteke got his second, and then Mark Gailey was in the right place at the right time, getting the rebound inside the box and rifling the ball into the back of the net. His first goal for Palace.
What's the game?
Them that 3-2 lead at the break. As it stands, Palace are on track.
Who's that other person?
Unbeaten, but Burnley, who could get out of the relegation zone with a win, are putting out the fight.
Tell her who you are.
Burnley 2, Crystal Palace 3.
It's a brilliant game. And what a volley we just seen from Ruben Neves.
Yes.
There's your answer.
He's the love of my life. I sound so convinced when I say that. He's the love of my life.
Yeah, she's been a bit of a creep, so.
I was just being silly.
Yeah, I agree with that. They got the wrong man. See your sister, fucking hell. Think about it, mate. Oh, it's 3-3. It's 3-3. You're fucking kidding me. Are you fucking kidding me, boys? What the fuck? Fuck off! You've scored. It's Cornet. Fucking knew he'd be in. Fuck off. Fuck my life, this fucking team drive me nuts. Fuck are we doing? Fucking Cornet. Get in. See you later then, mate. Well done for you. Very pleased for you. No, other fans can have their opinion, I don't care. You can talk what you want. This fucking team will be the death of me. It fucking will be. Come on, you clarets. No, no thanks. Not a chance.
This is the percentage football we're talking about, and then a wonderful finish. I've been really impressed with Cornet since he's been there. He's a really good player. Yeah, he's added something to them and hit things from distance, and that one's a really, really smart finish. Fantastic catch. Yeah, and he's been what a sign of he's been as well, as Martin said. It's come a long way. That's the impressive thing. It's come a long way over a defender, over the fullback, and he's kept his eye on it. Clean finish.
We're just better. Well, not at the moment, we're not. I've never ruled Burnley out of this game. Never. What a game. What a game this is going to be.
You know, it had to. They had to do something to improve. So yeah, they've come out.
Said that. Here come Watford.
No, just good save by the hair. And as you say, Aston Villa, much better, I think, for the start of the second half than it was the first half. A lot more energy. It's energy that was lacking for both those teams, Manchester United and Villa, I think, and they've come out a lot better the second half. I will say that this is a really impressive private team here, and they're playing with a back three. Lanty playing really well today.
Jose won't come on now, mate. He'll probably come on the last 15-20 minutes. At least they are now, I agree with.
Work out what's going on. I don't know if he's changed it, can't quite see, but certainly they're up against Brighton and making a much better fist of it. But Brighton, you have to say their manager always has a little tactical plan, which makes it difficult for you to play against.
Okay, good stuff. You're up to date in the Premier League. Let's go around the Championship rounds. Let's start at Craven Cottage because as it stands, Fulham have got in top by Williams.
Yeah, they're on course for a 7th straight win. They are should be home and hosed here. They're 2-0 up. They hit the bar in the first half. They've just hit the post again. Harry Wilson's deflected shot, cannoning off the woodwork. Brilliant save as well from the resulting corner from the Barnsley keeper Bradley Collins after Alexander Mitrovic got a glancing header on it. Sorry Barnsley, second bottom of the table, 4 points from safety. Remember, they've lost 8 of their last 9 games. New manager for them, the Iranian-born Puya Azbegi, watching on from the stands here, and he's got a job on his hands.
Yeah, also got a job on their hands. West Bromwich Albion, Katie Smith.
They do. They trail by a goal to nil here at Johnson Stadium. Huddersfield leading after 6 minutes. A goal for Norwich Tony, Dan Elston-Nani, and his West Brom who come out far.
Give you the fact it's probably it sounded like a great volley, but still, fuck my life, this team.
Also, you've got a correction with the goal scorer I've seen. It's Sol Bamba with the own goal.
Yes, Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 1. It was Penny Kafobe's shot. It took a little ricochet off Bamba, and Bamba unfortunately has been given the own goal for Millwall's level. They could have been further ahead. Kafobe set through early in the second half.
Yeah, same old fucking Palace, you're right. Same old shit. Just a new fucking day. We cannot defend. We cannot defend at all. We've got goals in us, but we can't defend. Got to sort it out. My dad actually said it could end up 6-5 to Palace at this rate. Do you know what, the way it's going? Honestly, a draw. I don't want to draw. Are you mad? Against a Burnley team that are not even that good. The only thing they're good at is fucking set pieces. That's the thing they're good at.
Yeah, it's just started hammering it down here, Jason, and that sums up the mood nicely. Oldham struggling at the bottom of League 2, and they're behind again here. James Gibbons with the goal for Port.
No, I don't even want to draw. A draw's a loss to me. A draw's a loss to me. It's as simple as that.
Best chance of the game for Wolves. Daniel Podence picking up the ball just inside the right-hand corner of the box. He looked off balance, but he looked like he caught the goalkeeper out too. Shot towards the top corner. Lucas Fabianski
will be the death of him, man.
3 millimetre of his reach to tip the ball over. If you're watching Match of the Day tonight, in the build-up to that one, look out for the disguised outside of the boot pass from Ruben Neves. Touch of genius.
I'm not sure I agree with Anderson, but I think Ward is definitely average. I think Anderson is definitely a good choice for us. But Ward, I've had questions for so fucking long, and all I get is abuse. So I'm just gonna shut up and just say nothing. Ward is just so. Oh, Wolves won, West Ham 0. Wow, that's a shock. West Ham have been playing well. Yeah, but I agree. Ward is just so overrated, so overrated. That's just my opinion. Anderson's a great long passer and playmaker, but his defending Yeah, possibly. I can understand why you'd say that. I mean, his defending isn't great. I'll give you that, but he definitely makes our defence tick more than Ward does. Ward does nothing. He just sits back and defends. He's not even that brilliant of a defender, if I'm honest with you. But I'm still confident. I'm still confident.
As soon as I wrote that line this morning, I thought he's going to pile in and say, "What do you mean? I scored a fantastic header in the European Championship quarter-final." No, it's not for me to say. That's for you to say. We're quite right. There we are. We'll look after each other. Sorry, back to this fight at Vicarage Road.
Another Manchester United chance. Van de Beek, gorgeous through ball, beautifully weighted for Ronaldo, facing up eyeball to eyeball with Ben Foster, and everyone thought, well, we know what's going to happen from here. Foster stood up.
Yeah, but I definitely agree with you that his defending is absolutely shocking. I agree with you on that.
Manchester United corner. Ronaldo dropped to his knees, and Watford's lead is intact.
Back we go to Turf Moor again. Betty Glover.
It is still Burnley 3, Crystal Palace 3. That absolute bullet from Maxwell Cornet, who took Burnley level at the start of the second half. A stunning strike right into the roof of the net. Burnley fans here now are fuming. Chris Wood was through on goal. Looked like he was pulled down by Jochen Anderson. Complaints by the players. The VAR said no infringement. This game, though, it is getting heated. If it wasn't already, it is Burnley 3, Palace 3.
I just want to bring you up to date with
Fucking hell, Anderson, what are you doing, mate? Where am I watching this? I'm watching this on Final Score. Michael Lacey's coming on. Michael Lacey's coming on. Get in. Yeah. Yeah.
Stoke have flown under the blocks like Usain Bolt. They've launched assault after assault on the Peterborough goal. Haven't managed to double their lead yet. Jacob Brown has come close, and it's the goal scorer Mario Vrancic from the first half. He's pulling all the strings in midfield. They've had a few corners.
Defending's been awful. It's been absolutely shocking.
Cornell has been called into action in the Peterborough goal a couple of times as well. He's done well to keep them just a goal behind. But you can see another one coming here for Stoke. It's Stoke 1, Peterborough 0.
Well, Nigel Pearson, the Bristol City boss, has been unwell, but good to say that he's back in the dugout. Hamish Marshall.
Yeah, he's back watching his side, and they lead by a goal to nil. They've lost 5 of the last 6 games, Bristol City. Deservedly leading in this game. Good finish from Callum O'Dowda. His first.
Can't wait for Elise to come on now.
In the first half, no shots on target. They've actually won a corner and they've forced a save. Things have improved for them, but Bristol City still leading 1-0.
Birmingham City down to 10 men, and there's been a goal at Hull City. Ivan Gaskell.
Yes, they're down to 10 men because Gary Gardner used his head. Well, actually, he didn't. Really brainless in front of the referee on Josh McGuinness. That came just before the break. Hull were already in front from Honeyman's early goal, though replay suggests the ball had already gone over the byline before the ball was crossed. And now Malik Wilkes has headed home. Hull's second. They look firmly in control here. 2-0.
And to the Swansea.com stadium, Laura Kenyon.
Yes, Swansea 1, Blackpool 0. The home side still in the driving seat after that first half goal from Joel Peru. They almost bagged a second there as Joel Peru found himself in on goal. But another penalty shout involving Man United Ethan Laird, waved away by the referee. The home fans sounded furious. Russell Martin looked furious. Blackpool are on the ropes. It's Swansea leading 1-0.
Thank you, Laura. So many big games, new managers and breaking stories in the EFL too. Good afternoon to Mark Levis.
Good afternoon, Jason. Hello, everybody. And off the field as well, just in case you missed it this week, 2 teams deducted points for breaking profit and sustainability rules. Borough Derby County, they don't play Bournemouth until tomorrow on -3 points now. They deducted 12 for going to administration, another 9 this week for those financial irregularities. Reading, who are currently heading for 50 feet in 6, were debited 6 for similar misdemeanours. Here then are the scores in the championships as things stand. Last night, in case you missed it as well, QPR beating Luton by 2-0, and Coventry picking up a point in the lunchtime kick-off, 0-0 at Sheffield United. And it means that West Brom in 3rd are actually 9 points as things stand.
I forgot Wayne Hennessy plays for them now.
For 7th consecutive win. And in fact, 3rd all the way through to 6th is tightened up. There's just 3 points between those 6 teams. Let me take you into League One. Lots of stories I want to share with you this afternoon. Lots are happening. And a potential comeback actually on the cards is Accrington Stanley plays every Wednesday for the first time
Right.
ever. They were 3-0
Okay.
down, but Joel Bongo has just got a second for Accrington Stanley to pull back there. Tottenham won Shrewsbury Town on that. Steve
Yeah.
brought into the league.
Oh, thanks, mate. Really appreciate that.
Michael Duff, the champion manager, was one of his players actually. Crew heading for his second win of the season, 1-0 up.
Oh, good. Thanks very much. Really, really appreciate your support. Thank you.
Right, it's a big goal as well, Ted. Very big goal. Andy Sixsmith at St James's
Oh,
Park.
Newcastle 2, Brentford 3.
It's Newcastle 2, Brentford 3, and it's a substitute. Frank Onyeku's just come on, only a matter of 2 or 3 minutes ago. St
Wow.
James's is silent. The ball was in the left-hand side. Onyeku cut back onto his right foot, and Benton
Wow.
might have taken a slight deflection.
What a moment that is.
Excited Carl Darlow a little bit, but it crept past him. The Brentford fans absolutely loving it. I'll tell you one man who won't be, and that's Eddie Howe in his hotel room. It's Brentford 3, Newcastle 2.
You know, yes, it does take a deflection. You know, just seconds before Ash, I saw Carl Darlow have to rush out and clear and look around as if to say, where are my defenders at the moment? And it's no surprise
Need a goal.
that Brentford have scored.
No, and that's what I said to you just after half time. It's like they're getting caught up in the emotion a little bit, which is great when you're attacking. But you need some players at the back, maybe a centre midfielder, someone experienced, John Joe Shelby.
Did he come on, by the way?
Just to say, calm down. Let them go and get excited. Let them get caught up with the atmosphere. But we need to keep a tight ship at the back. And again, twice already in the second half, they've left the back door open.
Yes, he did. Melissa did come on. But are you?
It's not secure, is it? They never look really that they're going to keep clean sheet, Newcastle. And if you're going to build and score goals, you've got to shut it out at the back, and there's too many safety there.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, back we go to Mark Leonard.
Yeah, let's keep looking around League One, shall we? 34 miles separate Fleetwood and Morecambe. It's Morecambe that are leading so far. Lost 5 of their last 6, but Callum Jones with the goal. AFC Wimbledon 1-0 up at Portsmouth. What a curious season they're having. 2 of their last 3 not in brilliant form, and Ollie Palmer with the goal. Rotherham are in brilliant form. I think in the last 13 in the league. 2-1 up over Cambridge. Barley's with a penalty for their second. No goals yet in Sunderland against Ipswich. Sunderland lost their last 3. Lost 4 in a row. September 2017. And Simon Grayson, it was Ipswich. 6 wins in their last 11 after none in their first 6. Should just say, we mentioned Eddie Howe missing the game, having tested positive for COVID. That's the fate of 7 Oxford United players. They did their lateral flows this morning, all tested positive, and that is why the game against Wigan Athletic has been postponed today. 0-0 Wigan Wanderers.
Great stuff, Mr. Clement. Thank you. Off we go to detail. As you can see on the video printer, there has been a goal. Adam Cotillard.
Oh, Wolf just came close.
Back-to-back wins under Steve Morrison. James Collins on as a half-time sub, glancing in a header from Ryan Charles's fine corner from the right-hand side, which he took left-footed. He got it into the 6-yard area, and Collins headed in. 2-1 Cardiff.
Right, there's been a goal, and the Valley, Ben Mundy.
The first goal this afternoon, Ben Purrington. It pinged around in the box from a corner. It's Charlton 1, Plymouth
0. Great.
They've been fantastic this afternoon. Charlton 1, Plymouth 0.
Listen to the crowd there. Right, can't take my eyes off this game at Turf Moor Betting Club. You're so lucky.
I know. Burnley 3, Palace 3, but it could have been a Palace 4. Wilfred Zaha with a thumping volley. He fired the ball from outside the box. Pope kind of tipped it over, just over the bar. It would have been a very, very special goal, though, Jason. But it is Burnley 3, Palace 3.
Right, Hearts down.
Oh, so fucking close. Alright, mate, no worries. That's fine. There's another live stream next weekend as well, so... Well, actually, there isn't. Actually, I'm wrong, there isn't.
There isn't.
Don't give me that look. Forgot for a minute.
Went down under a challenge from Solly March. Did look like he was lent on a bit. Looked like that might have started outside the penalty area. Anthony Taylor was right on top of it. Said no penalty. The VAR had a look as well and said no. It's gone out for a goal kick, by the way, here. And Bailey is on for Stephen Gerrard's side. Danny Ings has gone off he barely got a kick. Villa 0, Brighton 0.
Chris Wise, have you seen a change in that Manchester United formation the second half?
Yeah, I mean, for sure, they are playing now with Donny van der Beek in the midfield, where he is ensuring that they've just got a bit more energy going forward. The shape hasn't wholly changed from Manchester United, but what is good is the fact that he has brought the intensity, and Manchester United, of course, a different level in the second half. They're still 2-1 down. We actually haven't had him play for the past few minutes. We've only just got underway because Ismail Assar was on the end of a bruising challenge from Van der Beek, and I'm just looking down to the touchline now, and I don't know if he's going to be able to continue, which would be a big blow for Watford if that's the case.
Portsmouth are level at Fratton Park against AFC Wimbledon. Michael Jacobs with the goal on 63 minutes, and just below that you can see Charlton Town and 2-0 against Shrewsbury Town. Carl Joseph with their goal. Right, in the lunchtime kick-off of the Premier League, Leicester City took on Chelsea at the King Power. John Southall was there.
Yes, Jason has finished. Leicester 0, Chelsea 3, a thoroughly dominant performance.
Oh, Scott Dan scored for Reading.
Half-time, Antonio Rudiger with the first, heading in at the near post. Awful defending from Leicester. 4 of his last 5 league goals, Rudiger, have come against Leicester City. N'Golo Kante, terrific this afternoon. He added the second.
Oh mate, no worries, thanks for stopping by.
Finished from the edge of the area on his left foot into the bottom right-hand corner. Christian Pulisic added the third in the second half. Chelsea again opened
You too mate, thanks for stopping by.
Picked up Pulisic and he tucked it in. The American and Reece James both had goals disallowed. Hudson-Odoi twice went close. It could have been 6, it could have been 7, it could have been more. Leicester were better in the second half slightly. Mendy denied Marty and Maddison, but this a worrying performance for their manager Brendan Rodgers. 2 wins from 9 in the league, and they are conceding goals for fun. But for Chelsea, another clean sheet. That's 4 conceded in the league this season and 1 away from home. 4 away wins on the bounce in the league, and they are 6 points clear at the top at the moment. Leicester 0, Chelsea 3.
Right, let's go to Charlotte Harbour. Reading, Nottingham Forest.
Reading have equalised. The fans needed something to sing about after being handed a 6-point penalty. And finally, Scott Dan has provided the gifts. He tapped in from a corner for his second goal of the season. Nottingham Forest will be really disappointed with the manner in which they conceded. It's Reading 1, Nottingham Forest 1.
Manchester United fans. Look away now, Chris Wise.
Oh!
Absolutely brilliantly at international level, but some question marks over his recent performances for his club. Harry Maguire has been sent off for Manchester United. 2 yellow cards in the space of about 10 minutes. The first was for a foul on Ismail Assar just outside the penalty area. The second, really, from his perspective, is so poor.
Man United down to 10.
To get it out of his feet on the edge of his penalty area. It's too heavy. Tom Cleverley has stepped in. He's got to the ball first. Maguire desperately has lunged towards the ball to try and retrieve the situation. Missed it. Clattered into Cleverley. No choice for Jonathan Moss but to show him a second yellow card. And now Watford with a free kick. 12 yards outside Manchester United's penalty area. Leading 2-1. Lifted up towards goal and over the top of the crossbar. Still Watford 2, Manchester United 1, but they've got some serious work on their hands now.
Like I said at the start of the programme, we have 2 defenders here in the studio. Thoughts, Ash?
No complaints, really. I think that Manchester United are back in the game. They're pushing on. Donny van der Beek's come on, giving so much energy. He's getting on the ball, he's making things happen. And then Harry Maguire kind of takes it such. I'm not sure where he's going. Tom Cleverley reads it really well, nicks it, he would be in on goal, and Harry Maguire lunges, gets none of the ball, gets all of Tom Cleverley, and it's just kind of back to square one now for Ollie.
Chasing the game, perhaps that should go back to the keeper who should try and play, but he's an experienced player. Tom Cleverley, brilliant there. Really robs it off him, he reads what he's trying to do, pinches it if his first touch isn't great, and off he goes. And Manchester United are even more trouble now. The first booking was definitely a booking. He got caught wrong side, he had to pull his opponent back, so he can't have any complaints at all.
With Harry Maguire, in the context of what is going on with him personally in terms of his performances both for club and country, there's been a lot made of, he's getting a lot of pelter, shall we say, from pundits, and then he put his fingers in his ears when he scored against San Marino, as if to say, okay, I hear it, but is that a case of him just simply trying to do too much?
It could be. You know, I don't want to get on his back, but it's one that's not necessary. If that's to save a goal, you say, okay, but he's in complete control of the ball, like Martin said. He could recycle it back through the goalkeeper and start again. He could go anywhere, and he kind of just dribbles it out and pushes it a bit too far. And when it's difficult, I've been in positions myself where there's a lot of pressure on you, and you do try too hard, and you try and drive him too much, which I think is what he's doing there. But he really probably could have just kept it a lot more simple, back to basics a little bit.
There's a shot of Solskjaer there. He's almost got tears in his eyes. You know, in terms of rub this in any way, but it's that look on his face, as if the resignation, as if to say, can you believe when the rains it falls, I've lost my strike, we're 2-0 down, we get back in it, and now I've lost my captain, my leader. He's gone to him, in fairness, he's stuck with him, he's gone and patted him as he's gone off, but there was a look on his face there where I thought, you know, is this coming to the end?
Well, it's a good question, and it's one that we'll no doubt discuss at full time. There's still plenty of time for United to get back into it. In the meantime, let's go to Molyneux. Chris Thatcher.
Double substitution from David Moyes. West Ham needs something really. 1-0 down. A point here will lift them to second, but Wolves have dominated this game. He's brought on Yarmolenko and Vlasic, taken off Benrahma and Bowen, and noticeably it's made a difference. West Ham have moved further up the field. Wolves have retreated. Poor old Jarrod Bowen had a good chance. Shot over after nice work between him and Mikel Antonio. Next thing you knew, his number was up and he came off. They've got a corner from this near left side. Cresswell whipping it in, and it is a West Ham head straight up in the air.
Right, changes at Villa Park, John Akers.
Yeah, that's right. We've got Buendia coming off, and Ashley Young has just come on to add to the change that Steven Gerrard's also made for Villa. Bailey on, Ings off. Can one of these teams find a way through in the last 16 minutes? It's not been the best. Lots for Steven Gerrard to think about in this one. It's Villa 0, Brighton 0.
I tell you what, we haven't talked about Mark Webber at Carrow Road is Ralph Hasenhüttl and his outfit today. It looks like he was going to a wedding and took like the wrong turn.
I think he's done very well. Never mind about that. Pookie is just steely scared Southampton. A fantastic goal save by Alex McCarthy. We'll have to look at the replay whether it was in. It was quite a narrow angle, but it was a shot from Pookie. And that is a sign of what's happened since we last spoke, Jason. Josh Sargent coming on at half-time has been a revelation. He's earned his corn. He's brought some impetus to this team. Rashika on the left-hand side has also brought the ball in. They've not scored yet, but it's now Norwich that look like it's the side that could score at 1-1.
But I'd say he does look very smart. He's not getting into any trouble.
Just said to me, he's got the same taste.
Very nice, very nice. Let's go to Andy Sixsmith. Help me out here, Andy.
I'm always here to help you out, Jess, you know that. Brentford are less than 20 minutes away from a huge first winning five. Leaving the start of Eddie Howe's Newcastle, who are in tatters in the process. They lead 3-2. They've actually got a dangerous free kick right into the penalty area, with Sergi Canos is over. Victor Janelt as well.
Come on, boys, let's get a late winner.
Stick headed back in, and it's behind. No, just about cleared for a throw-in, it looks like. And there'll be a stoppage of injury, which will allow me to catch you up with what's happened. I tell you what, since the third went in from Frank the Tank Onyeka, it's really deflated Newcastle. A life seems to have gone out of them a little bit. Hasn't been much of a cut and thrust. They brought Sean Longstaff on. They brought Ryan Fraser on. Yet to see where they've slotted into things. They haven't really had much of an impact as it stands. But Brentford really will be buzzing with this if it can take 3 points back to London. Where do Newcastle go from here if they can't get back into it? 3-2 down.
Wycombe Wanderers, fourth in the table in League One, have just scored through Sam Vokes. They lead Bolton Wanderers by 1-0. Salford City now 2-0 up against Hamilton Town. Jason Milner's goal with 16 minutes left in League Two. Back we go to Craven Cottage, Mike Williams.
Cries of we are top of the league from the home fans because Fulham have a third and they deserve it. A brilliant piece of work from Harry Wilson, who's been one of Fulham's best players this afternoon, down this right-hand side, lofted a lovely ball in, into the box, and the on-rushing Neeskins Cabano then put it past Bradley Collins, across the face of goal, and into the back of the net. Fulham really could be 5-0 up here. They are home and hosed, game, set and match to them, they're going top of the league.
Wonderful scenes at St James's Park, Andy Sixsmith.
Ryan Fraser hasn't had an impact. What do I know, Jason? Goal for Newcastle.
Wow, big goal there.
Brentford 3. Fraser on the right. Delicious ball in, right-footed. And Alan Saint-Maximin, who's teased and he's tricked Brentford all afternoon. He was on hand to produce a controlled finish.
What a game. What a game there. What a game for us.
Potentially huge goal for Newcastle. And still 15 minutes left for either of these two sides to find a winner. I'm not putting any money on this finishing 3-3 because it is 3-3.
Oh, please don't. It's a lovely finish. And what a ball in, Ash, from Ryan Fraser.
Lovely. It was so inviting for St Maximin, and what a game this is. if you're watching Match of the Day later, this is a game that you need to keep your eyes on because we can't stop watching it. There's goals, there's attacks, and we was just saying before, Martin was just saying Newcastle need to get something from this game. They need something soon, and it comes straight away. Ron Fraser making an impact, brilliant.
You know, St. Maximin there, he watches it right onto his foot, watches it right onto, it's coming over a sea of players, concentration there, tucks it away beautifully.
Yeah, oh my goodness, there's been a goal at Carrow Road, I think.
Oh.
There has indeed, it's Norwich 2.
Wow.
Southampton 1. Grant Hanley, he is quite manly, he rose and he put it in for this head. Gilmore crossed it in, a Scottish affair. Norwich 2, Southampton 1.
Wow, this is amazing. Dean Smith in charge, but look, we've got to talk about the goalkeeper here, haven't we? Yes, it bounces right in front of the keeper.
Arthur there, he's got to say
Right,
that.
man.
I wondered about the first one actually, Buki's ball, but you can't. Dean Smith, if he can get them up, it'd be sensational, wouldn't it? For them to be able to, even thinking about it, it's from a set piece. Really disappointing from the Southampton point of view. Nobody wins the header coming into the box, and then the keeper there, I would have expected him to at least react to it better.
I'm not sure.
Too quick.
I'm not sure why he hasn't saved it. I don't really have a defense.
It's not
Yes,
gone for his hands.
You just use your hands.
Premier League.
I don't know. Yeah,
You've got to save that.
Yeah, but no, fair play to Dean Smith and Norwich is, he looks like he's in the room with that. And he's a great manager, as we said before. So fair play to him.
Finn Azaz on goal has put Swindon Town in front against Newport County in League 2. And is that a goal of Vicar intro, Chris Weiss?
Well, it was. For a moment at least, Ronaldo had the ball in the back of the net. Offside flag went up, correct decision, and by some distance as well. Van der Beek's layoff to him. Ronaldo was a long way offside despite his very neat finish. Here he is again trying to run the lock beyond the Watford defence. I have to say, Manchester United are putting some pressure on now, despite the fact they've got 10 men. Ronaldo with a couple of step overs. He's down at the byline. He's sent it back to the edge of the area. Here's Fernandes, and he's fired it over the top of the crossbar. They're wasting chances now, Manchester United.
Yeah, well, we've seen Bruno Fernandes score those, haven't we? Right, off we go to St James's Park. Is that a corner for Brentford, Andy Sixsmith?
It's a corner for Brentford, but it's now a goal kick to Newcastle, Jason. I thought Christmas wasn't for another month at least. I'm being treated here at St James's Park this afternoon. Still Newcastle 3, Brentford 3. The whole stadium just taking a collective breath almost to ready themselves for the last 10 minutes after that Alan Saint-Maximin equaliser. The second time Newcastle have equalised this afternoon. 6 goals shared between the two teams. A tremendous game. Not one for two defenders in the studio, I wouldn't say. Martin and Ashley, probably best to look away. I know Ashley was talking about what a wonderful game it is. The defences aren't on top, certainly. The attacks are. It's 3-3, and I doubt it's going to finish like this.
Tranmere Rovers level against Bristol Rovers in League 2. Paul Glatzel with a goal on 75 minutes. And what's happening at the MKM Stadium, Ivan Gaskell?
Well, Birmingham are a pretty unhappy bunch here. They're 2-0 down. They're a man down after Gardner was sent off just before the break. And the Birmingham fans not covering themselves in glory. Some ugly scenes just in the last 5 or 10 minutes. Missiles being hurled onto the pitch from the Birmingham end, raining down into the penalty area. The goalkeeper Nathan Baxter having to take some action to avoid them. I counted at least 7 or 8 plastic bottles briefly stopped.
God, nothing's happened in the last 20 minutes or so.
And sending off at the John Smith Stadium, Katie Smith.
Not from bad for worse for West Brom. Captain Jake Livermore showed red for a high boot on Fraser Campbell, who went tumbling down to the ground. He is back up now. Huddersfield Town still leading by a goal to nil, though all the pressure has been coming from West Bromwich Albion. 10 minutes left in Pele. They trail by a goal to nil.
Goal at Craven Cottage, Mike Williams.
Consolation, you would think, for Barnsley. It's the substitute, Victor Odebayeju, who just was quickest to react, really, after the effort from the Barnsley captain, Corley Woodrow, hit the bar, and the substitute, Odebayeju,
Jeffrey Schlupp.
to put it
Why?
Mark Rodak in the Fulham goal, and give Barnsley a lifeline of sorts. We have 11 minutes to play here, and it's 3-1.
Bristol City were 1-0 up. Hamish Marshall.
But not anymore, because Blackburn have got an equaliser, and guess who? Ben Brereton Diaz, 14th goal of the season. Powerful shot from a tight angle. The home side paying for not making their advantage count. 1-1.
Dundee United in front against Aberdeen. Ian Harkes with a goal. Lots of breaking stories in the EFL. Back to Mark.
Ben Brereton Diaz, Chilling's favourite centre forward. That is his 16th goal in his last 21 matches. He's got 15 in his 130. It's terrible news though for Bristol City, isn't it? Lost 5 of their last 6 6 before today could definitely do with a win. Just on the subject of the top of the championship, just to underline Fulham's superiority, Alexander Mitrovic
Plays with Gallagher. What?
9 goals with that Barnsley consolation that's been pulled back. 8 goals more than Barnsley have managed as a team. It is Fulham's best run of form since they won 12 in a row 21 years ago. Significant unbeaten run at the top of League One is under severe threat today. It's Plymouth Argyle haven't lost since the opening day of the season. In our featured match, though, you heard about that Ben Purrington goal. It does mean they are heading for their first defeat since the 2nd week of August. I might have got my maths wrong on that calculation, but it's now annoyingly slightly. It's 8 or 9 goals. I'll do it properly when we wrap things up at the end of the day. I want to take you into League 2 and flesh out some of these stories that are going on down there. Not least of which, I think Jason gave you that Tranmere equaliser at Bristol Rovers, but things getting much better under their manager Joey Barton. Terrible start to the season, only won 2 of their first 8, relegated last season, but 4 wins in 8 before today, drawing 2-2 at the moment. Exeter have the longest unbeaten run all competitions in senior English football, unbeaten in their last, well, it's either 18 or 19, because they won in the FA Cup replay during the week, but they accidentally brought on a 6th substitute. It's against the rules, that game has got to be replayed, but their unbeaten run continues, actually 2-0 up now. Jake Priest with their 2nd goal against Carlisle United, and Oldham now 2-2 in our featured game. Just want to mention Port Vale because the form that they have been in is absolutely dynamic. They've won 10 of their last 13 before the day. What?
Oh, what a goal! John Akers for Aston Villa and for Steven Gerrard in his first game in charge. He punches the air in the technical area, and it's a brilliant goal from Ollie Watkins. The game's been poor. That's been the one moment of quality. They're on the break, Villa, against Brighton, who've arguably been the better side. Cuts onto his right foot, steadies himself, and bends it past the goalkeeper. Steele on his Premier League debut into the far corner. Villa 1, Brighton 0. Gerrard has liftoff.
Oh, this is wonderful. I was watching this live match and I was thinking, go on Watkins, go on, get inside and hit it.
Yeah, he's very positive and aggressive with his run, and it's a good goal. You know, he's just on the left angle and he cuts inside and bends it in the far side of the goal. It's a good goal, but it's like Brighton have been on top for the whole game really. Villa have been better second half than they were in the first half. But I think Brighton are the team that we thought was going to go and win. Apart from Martin, to be fair, he did say Villa are going to go on and win this. But you know, Steven Gerrard won't care because near to the end of the game, and Ollie Watkins.
I think they were more effective with one striker. When they went to one striker and they had more width in the team, and that is a single-minded goal. I mean, he picked the ball up, a great movement off him. He just kept running and running, and he can finish that fella. It's a great finish. Watkins really determined. Look, 3 players in front of him there, and just bends it out into that corner. Slight deflection, keeper no chance.
What a goal. You can watch it tonight, Max and 8. Right then, Mike Williams has got another goal at Craven Cottage. Mind you, this boy can finish, Mike.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Well, we mentioned it earlier, saying how good Harry Wilson has been this afternoon, and he has just got a goal that his industry and workmanship this afternoon deserves. Brilliantly well.
Not even going to dignify that with a response.
Jean-Michel Seri, who lofted a beautifully weighted pass into the box. Wilson chested it
Not
down
you.
to the touch, and then rifled it past Collins. Lovely finish. He has been brilliant today, Harry Wilson, as have Fulham. They are going to the top of the championship with a 7th win in a row.
Oldham Athletic are level. Austin Hillwood.
Yeah, another lifeline for Oldham. They've equalised again for the first time in the match. They've really been on top for the last 10 minutes or so, and they've deservedly got the goal. A high ball looping into the box. Port Vale allowed it to drop, and Sam Hart hammering home from close range. They're going to need a few more of them over the next few months if they want to survive. Oldham 2, Port Vale 2.
Right, how many minutes left at Vicarage Road in the Premier League? Chris Wise.
4 to go, so 4 minutes away. They're going to Solskjaer and Manchester United from their 5th Premier League defeat of the season, trailing Watford by 2 goals to 1. It's been frantic from the start, it's still frantic now, and Watford are trying to finish 10 men. Manchester United off. Joao Pedro's just had a header from a corner that went to the top of the crossbar. United are still lively enough that they might be able to grab an equaliser despite the depleted numbers.
Leighton Orient, 5th in the table in League 2, now 3-1 up against Sutton United, Harry Smith with a goal on 82 minutes. There's been a goal in the Championship at the Swansea.com Stadium. Laura Kenyon.
And it's an equaliser. It's Swansea 1, Blackpool 1. Keshi Anderson struck it on the half volley. Keeper Ben Hamer's vision blocked by a mass of bodies in front of him, and it slipped past him into the bottom corner. It's the equaliser that Blackpool were looking for. It's Swansea 1, Blackpool 1.
Carlisle United have a goal back against Exeter City.
It looks like it's going to finish a draw. Oh.
It's still Burnley 3, Palace 3. It's quietened down slightly. Neither side managing to get that rhythm. Crystal Palace had a bit of a chance through Wilfried Zaha.
Edouard on.
Which tipped over the bar. Good play from them in the area. Zaha playing it to Benteke. They look quite dangerous. Burnley had a good chance themselves through Tarkovsky. He got his head onto the end of a nice cross into the area, but it was well saved by Guaito, who got two hands to it. Both managers ringing the changes for the last 4 or so minutes. Patrick Vieira has taken off Conor Gallagher, brought on Jeffrey Shubb. Sean Dyche has taken off Maxwell Cornet, brought in Matej Vidra. Will he be able to do what he did against Chelsea? It's still 3-3.
Here come Newcastle United again at the 6 minutes.
That man on extra man, and his shot is blocked, I think, by Ethan Pinnock there. I tell you what, Jason, this is nervy for both sets of supporters, but for a neutral, it's absolutely class as Fraser crosses into the area towards Callum Wilson. It avoids everyone. It looks like it's going to go behind for, oh no, it's kept in. Brentford still have the ball. But yeah, it's an incredible game, absolutely incredible, end-to-end stuff. Back and forth it goes. We've still got a few minutes left.
Come on, boys.
Joel Linton has been absolutely superb.
You can't get a win, at least hold on for a draw.
They've got a fourth for Newcastle, who's played through after a barnstorming Alan
Don't want to draw, but
he decided to check back onto his left rather than hit it first time, and the chance was gone. Still a few minutes left for either of these sides to find a winner. It's 3-3.
The whole end has gone crazy. John Akers.
Stevie G will start with 3.
yay! Fuck you, Brighton.
He stroked it home 6 yards out into an empty net after scoring his first goal for England. He's belted it into the back of the net, cross from the left-hand side, wasn't fully cleared by Webster, and he tucked it in with his side foot. Wild scenes of celebration at Aston Villa. It's been a 2 Brighton 0.
Well, it's a great finish from Tyrone Mings, but that lovely bit of play yet again from John McGinn.
Well, I mean, the atmosphere there now, what Steven Gerrard's doing is generated. As we say, they weren't in the game really. Tactically, it was difficult for him, made the changes, and then Tyrone Mings, it's with his weaker foot. It's a wonderful finish. It came back to him, fired it back in, and scenes at Villa Park at the moment they've not seen for a good while.
It's absolutely gone off there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's bouncing, and that place can get bouncing as well when things are going well. But I think that, you know, if we're looking at Steven Gerrard and we don't know exactly what he said or what he didn't
Coming
say,
into the last few minutes of the game.
Performance and the second half performance, I think Brighton have been very good, but for Villa to stick with it for so long, show more energy in the second half. That's a really good goal from Tyrone Mings as well.
His changes, Gerrard's changes made the difference. He went with 2 strikers, Jason. I wasn't too pleased with that, and I think it was difficult for him. El Ghazi came on, Ings was off. When Beer went off, he wasn't too happy. Bailey coming on, but he gave them more legs in wide positions, left Watkins down the middle, and they've been better ever since.
Yeah, it's given them a zip, that's for sure. Nicky Devlin has equalised for Livingston against St. in the Scottish Premiership, and Charlton Athletic scored again, Ben Mundy.
Jason Martin mentioned tears in the eyes of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer earlier. Johnny Jackson has tears of joy down below me in the Charlton dugout. This side now lead 2-0. Connor Washington slotting in past Michael Cooper after breaking clear. It adds to Ben Parrington's opener earlier. Plymouth heading for their first defeat since the opening day of the season. 26,000 inside the valley this afternoon. It's rocking. It's Charlton 2, Plymouth 0.
Right, we need to take a breather. Let's get the team news from the Premier League's 5:30 kickoff. It's a big one. Liverpool, Arsenal, Juliet Farrington.
Unbeaten in the last 9 Premier League games at home, but Liverpool will want to put the record straight after that first defeat of the season before the international break. Mane, Jota and Salah, the attacking force. No Andy Robertson. He picked up an injury playing for Scotland, so Tsimikas comes in for him. Jordan Henderson is on the bench. Arsenal were 15 places below Liverpool a few months ago. They can go above them if they win here at Anfield as they look to extend that impressive
Scared you're pissing yourself, yeah. 3 minutes added time. This is the sort of time that we fuck it up now.
Thank you, Juliet. Looks like Sunderland have won it with 5 minutes to go in League One. And let's go back to Vicarage Road. Chris Wise.
Watford on the attack. Cucho Hernandez is pulled back. Joshua King's effort Saved by David De Gea. That would have done it for Watford. It's a very good save from the Manchester United goalkeeper. But they're on the ropes here, United, with 10 men. Watford have it again. Dennis, Trout, Pedro!
Yes! Get in. Fuck you, Man United.
Manchester United. Great finish on the substitute. Low at the near post. Too quick for De Gea. Claudio Ranieri is going to have his first win at Vicarage Road. But what about Manchester United? Game, set, and sacks. Possibly. Watford 3. Manchester United 1.
Chris Wise, fantastic stuff. Very well reported, because you have to say it's looking big on the social.
Well, it is, and I'm just looking again at the goal and seeing it for the first time. Good movement, let's not take that away. Pace around them, and it's gone right through the keeper's legs near post. And we've seen some bad goalkeeping today, by the way.
Yeah,
but if you look
and some bad defending.
we have, but you know, look, great finish. But De Gea seems to have gone back into that form of his of last season. He's been magnificent at times, but it's looking now perilous for the man.
It's also slow and also sluggish defensively, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's another game. It's another goal where they've lost the ball in their own half again at Manchester United, and they had a period just after half time. I don't even think they really got control of the game before Home got sent off. Well, you thought, okay, they're going to get back in this, but since then it's just.
Wow, Norwich have got their second win.
There's not enough energy. They're always reacting. They're not proactive enough. And they haven't deserved it. Watford, on the other hand, have been worthy of the win, definitely.
Very well said. Alexandra have scored again, 2-0 against Gillingham. Tom Lowry, 90+1 in league.
Yeah.
All over at Carrow Road. Mark Webber.
Norwich 2, Southampton 1. They say a holiday's good. You know they chased it. The 9 days Dean Smith's had in New York has done wonders for him and the whole of Norwich. His first game in charge, a first win. They were 1-0 down after 3 minutes. Southampton looked like getting more. But bringing on Josh Sargent in the second half flipped the dynamic and the result.
Oh, God.
In this report, Jason, but,
Guaita saves us at the death I've just seen. God. Blow the fucking whistle.
Norwich 2, Southampton 1. You have to say, Ash, very well deserved again from Norwich City today. They played ever so well.
Yeah, they had a really good game today, and I thought they was worthy of the win. And I'm pleased for them. Pleased for Dean Smith. Well, getting straight back into his new club. He'll be over the moon.
That's it, full time. 3-3. I mean, very, very lucky not to lose at the end there, but it's another point we'll take. And as much as it's disappointing, you have to say, on the balance of play, we were quite lucky to get a point. And that is, it's rather disappointing, but what can you do?
What a start for Steven Gerrard as a manager in the Premier League. He's on the pitch after his team have won by 2 goals to 0. They left it late, but as Martin Keown
What a
said,
save.
his changes were key when he decided to go with one up front. Watkins on his own, Bailey adding the width, and Watkins scored an absolute beauty to set them
Fair
on
play
their
to
way.
Guaita.
6 minutes from time.
If it wasn't for him, we would have lost today.
And the Aston Villa crowd here are absolutely buzzing. It was 5 defeats in a row. Such a huge win as he shakes hands with his opponents Brighton, who did well in the first half, but just didn't have enough to find a way past an inspired Martinez. Stevie G starts with 3, Villa 2, Brighton 0.
Thank you very much indeed. I can't believe what I'm seeing here. Chris Wise at Vicarage Road.
4-4-4. Watford have
Wow.
against Manchester United. Emmanuel Dennis into the penalty area. United's defence with the 10 men, all at sea. And Dennis smashing the ball low into the bottom corner. David De Gea right now is kicking his water bottle about inside his 6-yard box. And I'm looking at the body language of the Manchester United players, and they don't want to look around, they don't want to look at each other, they're looking down at the ground. Watford
Wow.
they've been brilliant. Watford 4, Manchester United 1.
And Chris is absolutely right, bang on yet again, Ash. They've been brilliant today, Watford.
Yeah, I think that the big story is going to be Manchester United.
I'll be very, very happy to take a point.
For Claudio Ranieri and the Watford team, they deserve all the praise in today's game, because they have been superb from the first minute. They've been aggressive on the front foot, dictating play.
Jason, that goal was about passion, desire. It's a long ball from the keeper.
Right, everyone.
They're not strong enough.
Thank you very much for joining. What a stream! What a stream! I mean, wow, good win for Oldham there. 3-3. Where do I start? Disappointed we didn't win the game, but I'm disappointed. Well, I'm happy that we didn't lose. Do continue our good unbeaten run, and I will be back on Monday afternoon for the Operation Palace video. It'll be live on the channel about 4 o'clock, as usual. Make sure you're there for that. You know, it's going to be a very, very interesting video. I mean, I'm still gathering my thoughts together now. I mean, what a game. What a game. That could have gone either way. Could have gone either way. But that's going to be all today. Thank you, all of you who's joined. Thank you for all the likes, all the support. You guys really are helping me out right now. So, until Monday, have a nice weekend. Like the stream. Share the stream, you know. Really appreciate the support, and we'll be back soon.